Greetings and welcome to you, bravest citizens of our new world. It is I, Toronto's greatest supervillain and evil genius, Dr. Terrorwad. This is our Layer 4.0, and today is episode 5 of our wonderful D&D game. Our challenge, as it... You guys are fantastic. Hello, everybody. Hello. We're having ourselves a good time. We're just getting set up. We're about to hop into a call with everybody and continue along with our game. But before we get started, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who's supported us so far. This is, at present, our 5th and final episode of our community game, but we are going to be getting into perhaps more of this depending on, community engagement and whatnot going forward. And thank you, everybody, for your donations, for your bits, for your follows, and your cheers. You guys have been absolutely amazing getting us this far. And now we shall get into it. Hold on, let me see. There we go. There. I moved it over to a different thing. Alright. Let's begin ourselves a call. There's a call.
Oh.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hey, everybody.
Oh.
Hello.
Planthier's still being called. Oh, there he is.
Oh.
It's Planthier. Oh, God.
Yeah, the half-dead version of me.
Hooray.
Stop dying.
No promises are made.
You must live, damn you!
Snack can
just said
heal
no.
you.
I just said no promises are made.
Yee.
Snack, get on with the Heelys.
Yee.
Deal with them good vibes.
Good vibes only. Vibe check.
What the?
That nat 20.
The clan wouldn't understand.
Oh my
This is why you can't leave us alone to our own devices.
Well, you guys are doing well. I think this is an acceptable development of what's going on.
It works with his expression so much. He's like, "Oh no, this is so important. I just don't know how to feel."
The clan wouldn't
Can love
understand.
bloom on the battlefield.
Can love bloom in the wasteland. But just hello, everyone. Hello.
Hello.
We getting ourselves
Hello.
back to it. Just gonna clean this up, please. You silly beans. When last we left off, our intrepid heroes, they had made themselves across the wasteland and had found the tribe of the Stonebone Orcs, these gray-skinned, sort of haggard-looking people that live in the southwestern area of the wasteland, about a day's travel from the edge of the woods. The chieftain had agreed that he would send about 10 scouts with you on your return to your kingdom, and if they returned to him in a month without any kind of strange mind control or corruption, that he would then consider moving his tribe inside Autometh. Beyond that, the scout, known as Drek, made his way back to the town, claiming that he'd seen the Great White Beast again.
Ooh, yes.
You guys had managed to convince him to take you most of the way to the woods, but he would not be fitting the rest of the way into the trees.
Yes.
And as dawn breaks on the next day, you guys start heading out. Drek has his, his usual travel clothes on and a small pack with him, but he's still looking a little worse for wear. Is there anything you guys want to do before you head out? Oh god, what?
I think we already took care of that last stream.
I think we're good.
Alright, am I
I'm
gonna have
down
to get the
one
water bottle to
kazoo.
you people?
Hey, nat 20 on the flirt.
Cutie would also like to roll to flirt.
Guys, I'm the bard.
Get the bard who hears the voices of the void in your head telling you to roll for flirting.
No, Willow, Kaldaka was saying that was Camry's role for flirting.
I'm gonna have to ask you all to leave room for Bahamut.
Leave room for Bahamut, all of you. All right. So, as you guys are sort of on the edge of the town, getting ready to leave, what do you guys, is there anything you guys want to do before you head out?
I'm good. I'm down a kazoo, but I'm good.
That's true. You did try to teach one of the orcs to play the kazoo, and you gave it to him, and he
Ate it.
crit failed and bit it in half. So,
And the logical consequence of that one happened.
Good thing it was one of my spares.
and
Kazoo sandwich.
he was pretty sorry about that, but you're down a kazoo. So,
I've got 19 more, guys. We're good.
Oh dear lord.
so you guys make your way back into the wastes. And as you're traveling along the ways, Drek, as he's sort of moving at the front-ish of your party, he trembles as he walks, and leading you guys along. He's always looking over his shoulder, jumping at, the tumble of every rock, and trying his best to sort of keep his faculties together as you guys head south.
Okay.
As we're walking,
Do we
Alloy's gonna...
Sorry.
Ooh,
No, go ahead, go
Alloy's
ahead.
gonna walk up beside... Sorry, what was his name again?
Drek.
Drek. And is just gonna ask him, what did you see when you saw this creature? Can you describe its appearance at all?
He sort of shudders at the question, and it's like kind of grips his head a little bit as he talks about it. We're in like a worried sense. He's, I don't know. It was huge, this thing. Easily 2 stories, maybe higher. Huge, bulky monster. White fur, claws big as my arms. I never really got a good look at it. It was massive. I have no idea how it got away. Just one moment it was there, and then it was gone. I was a fool. I tried to follow its tracks, see if I could find its den, see if I could avoid it, but its tracks just vanish.
Buff?
Oh, the buff, the HP. That is up to Snick. Okay, yep. Then for the 8 hours that you guys started, he cast the spell, and you guys are supported in your travel.
Perfect. Okay. So we are.
But I'm sure there's not much to worry about now that there is 7 of us. It'll be if things do get out of hand, there will at least be people to rely on.
I can always blow it up with my bagpipes.
As you guys are talking about this, he looks at you with just eyes of sheer terror, and is just like, oh, no.
Wait, which one is he
Keeps
looking
walking. The both of you.
Oh, okay.
As you guys talk, and he's just, oh, no.
See, you
Don't
do that
throw off his
voice.
groove.
See, you do that voice. You do that voice, and all I hear is the Halo theme.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. Alright.
But hopefully we do not have to actually fight this creature. Our objective is only to study it.
Well, dissection is a form of study.
Your kingdom must produce terribly powerful warriors for you to speak with such confidence.
Oh no, we're just crazy.
And he kind of shakes his head, afraid, like, oh, okay.
Relax. Look, we don't have to fight it. We'll avoid combat if necessary. He just puts his hand around the orc's shoulder. Everything's gonna be fine.
I can always charm it.
As he's walking, he kind of nods, and I hope so.
People always say that music soothes the beast, right? That's how that works. Just have to honk something.
They usually mean calming music.
Hey, my thumb piano is pretty damn relaxing. Thank you very much.
Some people find the bagpipes relaxing.
It's a very soothing honk.
Maybe not those bagpipes.
Hey, I can play them for music and for destruction.
Yeah, but those bagpipes can burn down a city block. I don't really want to...
Only if I put fuel in them. I haven't put fuel in them yet. I've been keeping them in the glass jars the way that the big guy said to.
You haven't been putting fuel in that... Wow.
Not yet. He told me I had to keep it in the jars.
That's...
I'm just imagining Piff with puffed up cheeks right now.
Puffed up cheeks and kicking a stone and just shut up, guys. I know what I'm doing.
That's... You know what? Let's just move on.
I don't want to blow up my friends.
You spend the day traveling. And as you're walking along just south across this wasteland with Drek leading you, you eventually catch the sight of the forest to the south. Now, this particular forest, as you've seen it, there is about 100 yards, maybe more, of just dead trees. Most of them gray and rotted and fallen over and just dried right out before the forest picks up very suddenly after that. So it goes pretty much about 100 yards of death and then just sudden green, and the trees are very tightly packed together, very large trees as well.
That's a normal tree.
As you approach the woods, Drek stops.
What's the matter?
He's a ways outside and beyond of the of like where you guys are. I'll go a little closer than this. The beast you seek, it's in there. And he trembly points at the woods.
That makes sense. It's the only living place around here.
You're the only scout in this area, right?
This was my area, yes. It was. Hopefully I'll have other things to do when I get home.
Was there any sign you saw before the creature appeared? Any sounds?
No. A creature that big, I figured I would have heard it coming. But it was just suddenly upon me. A great blast of steam. And it was there.
Of steam?
And then it was gone just as fast.
You're sure it was steam?
Could have been mist. But it was hot.
Does any of this sound familiar to anything I've read?
Give me an Arcana. Give me an Arcana check. 14. You know that there are Fey realms where creatures, especially deep in huge woods like this, woods that are unnaturally green, such as this one, Fey creatures are known to hop in and out, and they do so through the mist. Sounds like it might be something like that.
This sounds like the movement of Fae.
Biggest goddamn Fey I've ever seen. He shakes his head.
Yes. It would be rather large for a fey creature.
Mm-hmm. Aren't Fae usually like very slight and fairly easy to get around? But then again, if nobody's seen him, maybe he can change sizes if he's Fae. Can't they do the like tricky thing where they shrink down and zoom back up?
Like an illusion.
Something like that.
Like
That's what I
magic.
heard anyway. That they can change proportions. It would make sense if he could, or if he could go invisible like I can. Maybe he's a bard too.
Well, I didn't see any drums on him.
You don't need instruments to be a bard. It just makes it more fun.
Maybe it yodels.
Thank you, Drac.
Drakiar is just kind of right now staring at the woods, kind of just stroking his chin. It's like in contemplation. This creature definitely has his curiosity.
Mm,
Do you know
I'm
of
gonna
any way,
Hmm?
Dracula, do you know of any ways of tracking a fey creature?
Would I, Doc?
You know they don't like iron. Iron and steel bother them. Mushroom circles are occasionally used as portals to and from their realm.
Oh, well,
Tracking them
lovely.
is proved often to be very hard.
are we certain it's Fae?
We only have the possibility that it may be fey based off of the way it appears.
So maybe we should check the woods first and see if any of the trees have been disturbed?
Absolutely. Let's go to this.
Because if something that big is moving around in there, he's gonna break a branch or two.
But when it
Or
Also-
five.
comes to
Well, the
tracking,
biggest.
when it comes to tracking fey, the only thing I know is it's not easy.
Good thing, the easy thing to track right now is Drac.
Hmm.
We'll track back where he ran from.
That's a good
and go
idea.
from there.
Yes. That's a good idea.
All right. So, you guys make your way into the trees.
And I assume Drac heads back to the.
Oh yeah, he's right fucking done. He
Out of
like just nods to you guys as you continue to the trees, turns around and jogs away from the woods. Almost like, well, hold on, let's see. Oh, poor guy. Okay, so he like turns and like kind of walks, breaks into a jog, and then he just like sprints away from the woods.
Bye, Mr. Jack. Thank
If fear gets the
for your
best
help.
of him, and he just bails the fuck out. He runs.
If we end up killing it, we'll bring you a trophy.
So you guys make your way into the woods.
Oh,
At first, the trees are large and verdant and green, pretty much right at that wall. Right at that wall, from the wasteland getting into the forest. Drakir, your sorcerer. Give me another Arcana check.
Alright.
Yeah. 22. There is something
Nice.
wrong with these woods. There is some kind of ugly magic that haunts this place. It permeates the trees and the roots and the dirt and the water and everything. This place is wrong and tainted, and you can feel it in your blood.
What is the greenest place we've seen so far?
This forest, it's tainted, it's steeped in magic just everywhere.
Hmm.
And it's not right. This is not good magic.
Oh,
Does this feel like an odd forest to
Oh, yeah,
Talon?
you're you have like skills for that, don't you?
I am a natural explorer in forests, so
Um,
yes.
you you notice that the trees themselves, as you're going along, um, they there's nothing particularly like immediately wrong with them, but this is a strange forest. Yeah, the trees are a lot bigger. Everything's a lot greener, you think, than it should be.
I like green though. I'm green.
Yes, you are, Piffles.
Me.
Is there
That's
any
right,
problems with
Piffles. You
following
get a
directions?
taffy.
Sweet.
I mean, Talon would actually be the kind of guy to have candy on him, but I don't think he currently does.
I wonder if the magic here is similar to the magic that created the wastelands to the north.
God
Hmm.
Well, if it was, it would be the reverse of what it may very well be the reverse of what was going on in the wasteland.
I know what Talaran would give Piffles. It was like, here, have some beef jerky. Because
Ooh.
he does actually have rations on him.
I'm gonna take the beef jerky and I'm gonna offer him some of my granola.
Rations that aren't granola.
Talaran puts the granola in a pocket.
It's good not just for eating, but for throwing at stuff, and it works like a hammer, and you can use it for a lot of things. So even though I don't know if you can eat stuff, but it tastes good, but you can use it for a lot of stuff.
You can use it as a
Talran.
boat or a hat.
Talaran
also-
doesn't want to.
Yeah, I'm going to be casting.
Sorry.
I'm going to be casting detect magic as a ritual.
Detect magic. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? Go for it. Rituals take. Is that 10 minutes or an hour?
10 minutes.
Okay.
I don't want its primary effect. I want to use its secondary effect. That if I use my action to focus on the magical effect I'm sensing, that I can get more of an idea of what kind of magic.
Image, common metal, a thin sheet of lead.
I want to see magic. I'm blind.
Yeah.
It's all over the place.
You can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and you can learn of its school of magic. I'm gonna let you ride the 22 Arcana that you gave me earlier. As you sort of like sit down and open your senses to the magic that's around you, and reach out with your mind to try and sense like what is around you, and where this is maybe coming from or what kind of magic this is, you feel a tremendous sense of dread crawl into you. This magic, I mean, it seems somewhere between fey and abyssal in nature.
Aww.
And it's wrong. It shouldn't be here. At the very least, the abyssal magic seems to be infecting the sort of fey natural magic of these trees. There's a sickness in the woods, and it is well beyond the casting of circles that you are aware of.
How comparable is it to, say, the magic I detect in Autometh?
You know what's strange? It actually does seem kind of similar. Not in the kind of magic, but it's almost its signature.
Yes, we found his long lost brother.
Could I assume that whatever is causing this may very well be on the same level of power as the Black King?
Yes, you can infer that. That the strength required to wield magic of this level does remind you of the king.
Well, I must say, Drac was very right to be afraid.
How so?
It's almost like there's a natural fey magic to this woods, and it's being infected by the magic of the abyssal.
The forest is sick?
Also,
Certain.
very much, yes, very much like it's sick. In fact,
Certainly feels that way.
Snack.
the closest
Snack,
thing
Can Snack heal it?
I've ever felt to this kind of magic would be the magic that surrounds all of Autometh.
Hmm. Wait, does that mean it's connected to the king?
I do not believe so. More so, I believe it's being casted by a being as powerful as the Black King.
There's other beings as powerful as the Black King.
No.
Just immediately.
Well, that was quick.
No.
My god is best, and no one gonna top him.
Right
Am I
now,
having any trouble tracking Drek's panicked sprint back?
I can't confirm or deny it right now, but just the mere possibility has me more than a little shaken.
Hmm.
Talrand is pointedly ignoring this conversation and and tracking.
Yeah. Give me a roll with advantage, because you're in your good spot. You're in the woods.
It only doubles my Wismod, not
Oh, okay.
advantage.
Well, it
either
appears
way.
Talrand has already taken the lead. Everyone else, keep an eye out.
Hmm. I'm gonna start looking around the woods a bit and
That's actually
poking at
11.
some of the green stuff, and I'm gonna poke some of the green stuff, and I'm gonna look for flowers, because usually there's flowers in forests, and I don't know, maybe they might be magic flowers.
It's like these woods are cursed. Ignoring that, just continues to walk in the trees. I'm going to find an orc's tracks, and we're just going to pretend that we didn't hear that.
I'm gonna skip up near Talrand and just like keep looking
With an
at flowers, poking
11,
at...
you absolutely find Drek's tracks.
Like he was trying to
Do you
hide them.
not gain advantage when you're in
It doubles my Wismod. Wismod does not give me advantage. We covered that.
All right.
Yeah. So you find his tracks, and they lead you further and further into the trees, into the darker part of the woods, and it's like mid to afternoon. We're looking at about like 6-ish or so. So the sun is starting to go down, but you can still see very clearly. Obviously, in your element, you have very good vision, and yeah, his tracks easy to follow as they are panicked sprinting, so there's lots of broken branches, and the footsteps themselves easily like pounded into the mud as he ran. So you definitely have an easy path. Do you guys continue to follow the tracks?
Yeps.
Yeah. On
Can
high
I do
alert.
a perception check, as at this point Alloy is probably like in full alert mode, just watching everywhere to make sure nothing tries to jump them.
Same
go
from
for it.
Drakiar.
Go for it, yeah. Give me... Nice. 10.
Great.
Great.
I'm gonna pick up some of the moss and smell it, and also perceive things.
Good, do it.
That's also a 19.
Natural 20 from Snack.
Nice. You, sitting on top of Alloy, have a vantage that you are unaccustomed to.
Yeah.
But
I don't
it
need
definitely, like, plays to your strengths. You have a fucking great point of view up here. Piffles as well, like, smelling the moss. Like, yeah, these are woods. Like, you know woods. Yeah. And you're, like, kind of moving around. So everybody's got a pretty solid grip on where they are, and I'm gonna let you guys keep those values as we go along. Quad, your perception is a little bit dampened by the fact that you have a kobold on you, and so it's hard for you to keep like an immediate view of everything, and like your sound perception is dampened a bit by the tink 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 of its claws against your armor as it's looking around.
I also feel like Alloy's not used to being in like dense forest that much.
Yeah.
also
So he's like very
big.
much in unfamiliar territory.
He big and clonky.
I was about to say, I kind of imagine the giant metal man looking around going, this is all unnatural. And everyone kind of stopping to give him a look like, really?
The Iron Giant. The Iron Giant.
So yeah.
Halrond also spent some time paying attention to Piffles and going, don't touch that. Okay, you can touch that one. Don't touch that one. That one's poisonous. Don't touch that one.
I'm poking everything a little bit, and
So your perception, while normally is uncanny this deep into the woods, estimate Talron is like attention is just ever so slightly divided, with every now and then being like, put that down at the goblin. So just picking up a mushroom like angrily.
I guess
puts
sniff
back.
it and maybe lick things.
Stop
Would say-
putting things
I'm
in your mouth. Stop it.
Goblin.
If I do see her
supposed
pick
to
up
do?
one that's like safe for her to eat, I do say, okay, you can eat that one.
I'm definitely gonna eat some moss. It's gonna be a thing that happens, or a mushroom.
Oh my god.
Eat some moss. Okay, I think that one will probably be okay. You might regret it in like 12 hours. But that
Hope
won't
you
be
brought toilet paper.
At least for the first 10. I know. I can't.
Don't step in those mushrooms, you'll hallucinate and then you'll shit yourself to death.
Oh, man.
It would be worth it without the death part.
Quick question: with my detect magic, was absolutely everything being infected with the abyssal magic, or is there some things just left untouched yet?
Everywhere you looked. Like, literally, there was nowhere you could turn your attention that wasn't infected with this magic. It's just everywhere. And as you follow these tracks, it takes you deeper.
These trees are slimy. Why are they slimy?
Well,
The further in you get following these tracks, eventually they start to twist and wind and wither a little. But the trees themselves seem to offer an almost unnatural darkness, despite the fact that it's still, only approaching twilight. You're walking along and getting into this part of the woods. It is very, very dark. Remind me, I can A, heal Alloy, B, he doesn't need to breathe. Yes. There were no specific rules surrounding healing a Warforged. It seems that regular healing things work on them. There's no notes on it, at the very least from the books.
It's the trade-off that their solid metal frame is inexplicably as weak as a worthless organic frame.
Yeah. Yeah. So, as you guys are making your way through the trees, as I said, just sort of an unnatural darkness sort of hangs as the trees get larger and more gnarled and twisted. Though still green, it is getting a little bit spooky. And Talron, as you're in the front, and you're following these tracks along as they sort of twist and turn, you come across a massive claw mark in the side of a tree. It is 4 huge gashes.
I immediately do an area perception check. And find nothing.
And find nothing.
Wait,
so
does
you find those gashes in the tree. You know what? I'm going to let your 17 ride. Because you're still using that
Technically,
as you're searching through the woods. Right, technically
That-
19.
Yeah.
Yes, specifically he'd be horizontally standing on Alloy's back, i.e. behind him. Yeah. But yeah, as you're searching around, you see those huge gashes on the tree following those tracks, and you check the area, you see a set of tracks of what, God, they look like paw prints. But they are like twice the size of a fucking manhole cover.
Those are bigger than Piffles.
Really? I'm gonna stand up next to him as a mode of measurement.
You
And stand on my tippy toes, so I look bigger.
You could stand in the massive paw print that they found on the ground.
I'm putting my hands over my head so I'm bigger.
It would be like a tub for you if they filled it with water.
Could any of us
Shit, that's a
determine
big
the size
thing.
of the creature based off the size of the paw print?
I'm gonna say, Talron, with your knowledge of beasts and tracking and the like, with your 19, looking at the size of this paw print, I mean, it is a paw print, but I mean, it's kind of like a bear, but it's not. And it's massive. The thing is, you saw those claws on the tree, and you see these tracks on the ground. Whatever this thing is, it's walking on 2 feet.
Wait.
And it could, by the size of the footprint and the depth that it is stuck into the ground, like by the like sort of the dispersion of the mud and everything where it's stepped, I mean, Jesus, this thing could be 20, 30 feet high.
I do question how nobody else ever found this.
As
I
Kara
generally
pointed
consider
out,
this.
there's fan art and artsy stuff.
That's right, yes, Kara, thank you for the bits. And I'm gonna quickly, upon that, run over to our artsy stuff and just, oh no!
Oh, crying Talron.
Oh no, sad Talron! Oh, and we
And a
got
pouty peeve.
Puff. Oh, we got a head cannon. All right, I'll pull this up so that people on the stream can see it, because this is awesome. Let me see if I can find. Where is it?
I love snack on alloy.
There we go. So, y'all are idiots. We got here from our good boy Talron. We got Snack riding on the back of our Warforged here, Alloy. That's in canon. And we got Piff saying, "You guys, I need you to put the fuel in." Oh, she wants to put the fuel in the thing. And then of course we've got Sad Talron. Oh, he's a weepy skeleton.
How can he cry? He doesn't have tear ducts.
Probably the same way he talks. Magic.
Probably the same way I can give people unimpressed eye sideways looks, like
Because you don't have pupils.
I don't have
The
eyebrows.
eye sockets narrow.
Or the glowy light that's in the eyes gets like a hard, flat top to them. Just to like give the illusion of like a brow lower. So yeah, you found these tracks, and from your 19, what you can see at the very least in its movement, the movement of this creature appears to be very erratic. It's not moving in any particular direction. It moves almost at random around through the trees. You find another set of claw marks. You find another tree that's been knocked completely over.
Maybe it's on the mushrooms.
The ones I didn't let you have.
Yeah.
Look at all this fun this monster's having. We could be having this much fun if you let me eat the fucking mushrooms.
Exactly.
We can have them when we get back to the city.
Something has just occurred to me.
Huh?
As I stated earlier, these whole woods are fey woods infected with abyssal magic,
Uh-huh.
Mm.
and seemingly done by something as powerful as the Black King.
Uh-huh.
Snack says there's nothing as powerful.
Your point.
If we have warriors such as the lightless, who's to say that this other force isn't creating warriors of his own, trying to combine the powers of the Fae with the Abyss?
Because it's
What is
not
that?
as strong as the king.
Only the Black King can bring people back from the dead. Like that, anyway.
The Black King's powers to bring the dead back to life is necromancy magic. Incredibly powerful necromancy magic, but still technically available to anyone with sufficient power.
I know, this looks like a shroom drunk mega bear.
As you continue to follow the tracks through the gash trees and the one tree that was pushed over, the massive tracks from the bear just seem to stop.
Maybe it did change size.
Maybe
No.
it can fly.
Maybe it can turn invisible like me. Should I go invisible? That
No, based off of what Drac has described, it may have very well shifted to the Feywild at this point.
the what?
Feywild, or whatever land Fey traveled to.
The magic place.
Doc, I'd like to do a perception check on the general area. I want to see if it's left any marks going in any other direction.
Sure, go for it. 23. So yeah, looking around, you see where the tracks started,
Mm-hmm.
and they just kind of started. And then there's just gashes out of some of the trees. It moves erratically in seemingly no direction in particular. It even doubles back on itself once or twice, and then knocked a tree over, and then the tracks just stop. But both you and I'm going to say Talon as well, as you're searching the area, find some other tracks. You see Drax's tracks. The orc was in this area and fled, clearly, upon the emergence of this beast. But you find some other tracks moving through the woods. They
Alright,
appear
I'm
to
just-
Not Drac.
be humanoid, medium-sized, about half a dozen people running.
Alright, I'm just gonna call over Talron's just, hey,
Half dozen tracks.
yeah, they're going off in that direction. What do you think? It's,
Just gonna check to see if I'd even know to say something based on Mad and Bad. Nope! Not with a 3.
alright,
Nope.
so,
A half dozen tracks of humanoids.
yeah, we got the half dozen here, the
Yeah.
biggins here.
You see 5 of them are wearing boots, high quality,
On the 6th?
barefoot.
Hmm.
You can tell by its shape and size, it's human.
Human?
Is this Dracia?
Yes.
Can a druid do something like this?
Druid? Sounds very outside their usual form. Magic. Would I know what kind of magic a druid typically uses? Because it's not like it's nature based. That technically falls under divine.
Talon fully acknowledges he's only going to you because you have better knowledge on magic than he is.
You would
The
know
magic.
with your limited studies that druids draw upon fey magic, magic of the woods and the trees, and some of them are known to take the shapes of animals.
Hmm.
A druid. A druid certainly uses fey magic.
Maybe he was corrupted by the fey magic? Like the forest?
It doesn't explain the abyssal magic.
Maybe he got sick first. Maybe he ate the mushrooms.
We've got a dozen set of half dozen set of footprints. We should follow them. They're the
Hmm.
only mark in the area.
If they're our only lead so far.
So you guys gonna follow the half dozen set of footprints?
These.
Yes.
All right.
Can I glean
so
anything else from the?
You can see from the footprints that the 5 people with the good boots on are maybe chasing the 6th person. As you can see, the barefooted person continues to double back, or at the very least is turning around, judging by where the human's feet meet the mud and how they twist as they're running. You can see this person is looking over their shoulder, constantly checking behind them as they're running. You think maybe they're being chased.
The 6th one, the barefooted one, appears to be being chased.
Much
We
as
should move expeditiously.
sounds like the very nature of the Empire, trying to destroy anything they don't agree with.
If it's being chased, can we follow its footprints back the other way to find the thing we're looking for?
It seems to be being chased by 5 sets of humanoid footprints.
When
This
when
group of
Drakiar
6.
mentions the Empire, Aloy's grip on his halberd just tightens.
Get that like noise.
Oh, please. The Empire would destroy a bowl of soup if it didn't agree with them.
So yeah, you guys continue to follow the set of 6 footprints, and as you're going along, the footprints almost double back on themselves on once or twice. Like you see as you're following it, the tracks cross over the path that you're walking. So it seems that when this person's being chased, they were moving almost in no direction. They were aimlessly sort of running in loops and going back on where they were and constantly moving in circles and things, just trying to evade these other people.
How long ago did they pass?
Recently, within maybe the last day, less. The tracks that you're on, that you were following, were from about a day, maybe 2 days ago. The other tracks that you see crossing in front of you over this path were maybe from 5-6 hours.
I point this out and say we should follow this path and continue on that way, assuming I still see all 6 sets.
I'm gonna grab some mushrooms and put them in my pocket for later.
We should also, from the sounds of things, we should probably also move as carefully as possible. From what you've said, the Empire may very well still be here.
That is true.
I'm
Oh, there
gonna
is
grab
more
some
ones,
moss
okay.
too.
Oh god! If you guys get a chance, go check out the artsy section. Look at
I saw it. That's why I burst out laughing earlier.
Stop putting things in your mouth,
no.
God!
No.
What's in your mouth? You can stop chewing to me and eating.
What's in your mouth?
I didn't think it was possible to make Talrand angry.
Show me
Chewing
what you
on something.
have.
What's in your mouth? Starts chewing faster.
So I work as a dog walker, and half of my job is what is in your mouth, and now I get to be that thing.
Give it. Spit it out. Give it.
Drop it! Drop it! Okay.
No.
Oh.
Show me what you have. A mushroom.
Do I have to get like the child's harness for Piffles?
No.
Like no Piffle.
No.
No,
I get to
no.
do that with an
What it's like to
18-month-old.
own a beagle.
So, as you guys are moving along this sort of fresher track, you see as it sort of winds and twists a bit through the woods, you hear in the distance someone trudging through the water. As there's a bit of a swampy area to your right. Someone's coming through the water.
Is it a froggy?
Give me a perception.
12.
Not you.
Piffles likes
You're still at 19.
froggies.
No, I'm still at 19. Okay.
Perception.
So is Piffles apparently.
It's not a frog. From the steps,
I
it's
wanted
definitely
to get a
medium sized, whatever
gobble. Is it Big Fog?
this is. No.
I want a gobble of my own.
well, with a 19 perception, you will keep an eye out for a frog,
Excellent.
a large toad creature.
Yes.
Hearing this, Drakiar's going to try and take cover.
Yeah, go for it. Sweet, yeah. You you hear this trudging coming through the water. You immediately like step behind a tree.
I'm gonna step behind Alloy's leg, but I'm still gonna be looking for frogs.
Alloy's gonna move slowly up to this noise.
You're not quite sure how Talon did it. He just stopped moving, and there was a log sitting there, just standing straight up.
Yep.
Okay.
Talon
I will
vanishes.
stealth with everybody else.
Lands here. Aren't you the fucking rogue? Like, what's going on?
Fuck these dice.
He's not good at sneaking.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He's only proving Piff's point.
Yeah, it's just he's not real good at sneaking right now. You know what, you're more used to sneaking and hiding in the city. You know how to blend into a crowd a lot better than in trees. So you kind of like sort of duck a little bit behind a rock, but you're still very visible. Yeah, Sneck, you get like, but yeah, it's a still with a 17. You get behind a log with Piffles, the two of you relatively
Doc.
less visible.
This is literally me just hiding really well on Alloy's back. I haven't climbed down yet.
Just hiding behind. Yeah, Alloy, relatively out in the open, but you guys see, trudging out of the woods is a haggard man. So you see this guy. He is wearing tattered, bloodied rags. And yeah, his face is slick with mud and a bit of gore. And he's running barefoot through the water, and you can see around his hands are a pair of metal manacles.
So, having grown up in the Undercity, I probably have never seen a human, right?
Yeah. You've never seen a human this close.
I'm gonna like, what the fuck is that thing?
Talon casts a spell.
Slimy.
Does it look like the person notices Alloy?
He definitely notices you. He doesn't see anybody else as he's approaching. And the second he sees you, as he's sort of like trudging up just out of the water, he stops dead as he sees you there. And a look of, not necessarily relief, but like disbelief, washes over his face.
Talon casts that.
Oh, clothing armor dip look different till the spell ends.
Given the
It's
lighting,
the weirdest thing you guys have ever seen before in your life.
I mean,
Talon
given the
suddenly
lighting,
looks like he has an actual face.
He looks human.
but with Caleb, given the lighting, he probably could easily pass for human.
Yeah, you are also sort of like standing-ish in the open, sort of like against a tree, and he sees you, and Talron, do you come out of your hiding spot with your human face on?
Yes.
Good, yeah, so he sees the three of you standing there, and he's just like, oh, good, you're, I thought you were all decommissioned. And he's looking at the Warforged, and he's like, didn't I get rid of all of you? What the...
Long story.
You're hunters, eh?
Alloy is gonna hold up his halberd towards him and say, "Who are you? And what are you doing here? And what do you know about my kind?"
He like sort of looks a bit confused, and like shakes his head, and he's, my name is Bodak. I'm from Ikris, and I'm, as you can see, and he shakes his manacles a little bit. I'm trying to evade some slavers. They're a bit hot on my trail. You're hunters, eh?
Talron looks back and forth. Yes.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you everything I know about you and your kind if you can help me escape these arseholes.
What slavers are hunting?
Slavers from the southern continent.
Ask him why they're hunting him.
That would
The,
be
the southern half of the continent or the southern continent?
He mentions a place called Ogun. You know this as the sort of pseudo large town that is on the edge of the wasteland to the southeast. A lot of mercenaries and I'm gonna say like treasure folk go to that area.
So this would be from outside the Empire.
Only just. It's still a part of the Empire, but it's not within the large city. No.
Mos Eisley.
Yeah, it's very Mos Eisley. It's a place where like treasure hunters and monster hunters and stuff like that will usually go into the ruins of Oron to try and find what they can find. But then it's sort of their waylay point is a place called Ogun.
Alloy will
Can I
lift
check
his
see if I believe he's
halberd.
lying?
Yeah. Give me a roll.
Insight,
Michael.
right?
Yeah, it's insight. Yeah, he's telling you the truth.
Well, he's not like armed, and there's no one around.
Well, to be fair,
Mm.
I don't think anyone who is successfully hiding outside of Sneck can actually see this guy very well.
But we can hear him.
Yeah, like you guys are hidden, and you can see him ish, but you can't get like a very good straight look at him. But from where each of you are respectively hiding, you can see him.
Can I tell that he's not armed?
Oh yeah, he's got his hands clasped in irons.
I'm gonna pop up, and I'm gonna be like, oh.
Oh shit! And he points at you, and he goes, "Fuck, goblin!" And he like gestures
Yes,
to
I
the
know
rest
the
of you
goblin is there.
to like
It's okay.
kill it.
No, it's okay.
Goblin.
I'm friendly, and you look like you might be hurt. Do you want some granola?
What? No.
Goblin is with us.
Trust me.
But you look like
goblin's
you're
with you.
not doing so great.
Yes, sometimes we need randoms willing to hunt in these woods.
Okay.
I'm small and I'm good at hiding, and so I can help them find stuff.
This one is mostly small and adorable, and generally a
I
positive.
also have
entity.
mushrooms. Do you want some mushrooms?
Biffles, he doesn't want the mushrooms.
Do
But-
not take the mushrooms.
They'll make the forest a lot more.
Oh.
Please, I just went
Whoa,
out of sync.
Connection to the server has been interrupted. We will now attempt to send you Migo back online.
I'm apparently the only one still left in here. It didn't fuck up for me.
Okay.
Well,
I'm just gonna
still-
reset it anyway.
I
I was
mean,
about to say,
I
I'm
don't-
still in officially.
I
I
see
think
Quad
it's-
now.
Each person's was in their own afterwards, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, well, we're not really fighting at the moment, so
Yeah. Everything's
Oh.
pretty okay.
Hooray!
There's MB.
Establishing
Yeah, just hit
server
refresh and you're good.
uplink.
Jumping back.
Oh,
in.
Envy is different now. He's not Biffles.
I just changed it back. Did it not change?
Not yet.
Not yet. It still is not pickles.
It's still establishing a server uplink.
Give it a minute.
And everyone died.
That's it, everyone.
And everyone was
Weird.
cast into a different plane.
Into the
We
bog
all
of
went to-
eternal stench.
We all
Welcome
went
to the Feywild, everyone.
human land, where the humans,
Where the humans live.
the
Oh,
humans.
now you're
live.
There we go. Okay, we're all
There
good.
we go.
Yeah,
Not updated.
Pickles.
It was a
You
problem.
bet.
She
So-
could not be Biffles.
I gotta be.
As
Alright, I
people
think
are
everything's
talking,
working
Alloy
now.
just
Hopefully.
speaks up and says, perhaps we should worry about that later. For now, we should probably deal with the ones who are hunting this individual.
That's true. Is he hurt? Does Snack need to heal him?
I'm wondering what I'm going to end up doing because you might be able to explain away a goblin, maybe even snake. You can't exactly explain away a black dragonborn.
Can you disguise yourself?
Okay.
You're a freaking sorcerer.
I don't have this guy's self spell.
Okay,
I'm a
so
blast
Talon,
dork. My main purpose is to deal as much damage as possible.
Talon
That
proceeds to
was
get
enough.
close to the guy
Mhm.
and then carefully shepherd him around our not so stealthy sections of the party.
He comes along with you. He doesn't resist.
I was like, okay, you're gonna go. Like, we're going to try and deal with these slavers. Tell them we've not seen you, and if they push it, we have some solutions for them. They won't like them.
Okay.
You're going to stay like 200 meters, a fair bit that way, out of sight, out of line. There's going to be no way they'll notice you. I walk him up, say to the rest of the party, you guys stay here, keep an eye out. I take him up to go hide him somewhere.
As like just before you guys can turn to leave, the 5 slavers come trudging up through the water.
I'm gonna duck back down.
Never mind, get down.
Yeah. He like turns to see them and immediately moves to stand behind you and Alloy, to put the 2 of you between him and the slavers.
I dive back down.
So is he
Fucking
like actively
dive bomb
behind
down.
Alloy right now?
A lot of people standing behind
So-
Alloy. Fucking stealth 24.
I just like I'm literally just gonna dive bomb into the mud. I am
I'm
buried
sorry,
in the
I
mud.
can just imagine this guy like crouched behind Alloy, and then Sneck, who's crouched on the back of Alloy. Like the guy's looking completely down. There's no idea Sneck is there.
At least Snack can pass for a frog.
I like to imagine Piffle. You just see Piffle's like dive into the mud, and then you just see a reed pop out of the mud.
Yeah, yes.
Right now, Snick is doing a very good job of pretending to be a backpack.
As he like shifts behind Alloy and Talrin, looking at where the slavers are approaching, he does take a notice of Sneck sort of like gripping to the back of him like a backpack, and just goes, "Oh shit," and like, but doesn't say anything else. Just like, there was a goblin in this party earlier, a kobold, I guess, makes sense. Just turns to him. Shh. He's just like, "Oh, okay."
Tiny helpful friends.
The 4 slavers that approach, definitely have a look about them. They have like a large sort of bandana that they wear, and big old beards, and a lot of jewelry, and sort of like a mishmash of clothes and whatnot on them as they approach. They go, well, seems you've caught something of ours. We'll be taking our property back, thank you.
Property? What property?
Yes, right, that gentleman right there. And they point to Bodak.
Last I checked, gentlemen aren't property.
Well, they are depending on how far south you travel. And of course,
Well,
depending
you're
on
very
how
far
much
north.
money you might owe to certain people. But either way, that gentleman right there is property of our group within the Empire, the Buccaneer Raiders, and we'll be taking him back post-haste with as little trouble as possible, if it's all right with you. And Bodak from the back goes, they call themselves a bunch of fucking pirates, but they live in the wasteland, farthest thing you can be from water. They
Oh,
Talorand is immediately looking for the 5th.
I did not realize the Empire dealt in slavery now.
Where you been, mate? And he smiles at you. Empire's been dealing with slaves for a few hundred years by this point. Long as any of us can remember.
we were fortunate to be from part of the Empire
Does
that
Talorand
just...
see the 5th?
With a... You know what? I'm gonna say give me a, because it's opposed at this point. Give me a stealth, or not a stealth, perception. Fuck.
Talorand sees nothing. Fuck.
Yeah, you are
That's
very
an 8.
focused on the 4 gentlemen in front of you.
What about Drakiar?
Well, they don't see you. You're still hiding, right?
Yeah, but I'm also I also know that there's supposed to be 5 of them, and
Yeah, give me a perception. And it's 11. You do not see him. You just see the 4 guys coming up out of the swamp.
Am I supposed to know that there's 5 of them?
Everyone knows there's 5 of them.
Yeah,
All right,
everybody
it was
knows that they're
announced.
short a man.
I'll take a look.
nope.
Snack sees the back of a Warforged head.
Yeah. Palanthir, you see the 4 of them there. You know this gambit. You take a glance up to your top left, up in one of the trees. You can see one of the slavers climbing up and getting into position. He has a crossbow.
All right, at that point, I'm just going to say 2 things. 1, you're in the north. This isn't the south. I highly suggest you buy a compass in order to fix this error. 2, get that fucker out of the trees. I've seen this before. I've pulled it a few times. You got better class than that. Come on.
Ah, come on, mate. No school like the old school, they say. Now, come on.
True.
This
True,
one's
no
proven to be a bit slippery, and we'd all like to be home before tea, yeah? At this point, Bodak, standing behind you guys, is trembling.
All right, I have a question. What exactly is he worth to you?
Well, a great big heap of gold.
Great big heap of gold, you say?
Aye.
We're hunters. We get paid a small fortune. We don't give a fuck.
That's right. So
Hazard
this one's
pay,
got
as
some
it
sense
were.
about him. Few
The
hundred
best you
gold
can offer us
pieces.
is information.
Turn him in. Everybody goes home happy.
Well, except for him. He doesn't go home. He points to...
Bodak?
I almost called him Bojack.
But, yeah, pointing to him, and they respond with, "Well, the furniture don't get a say, do they?"
Furniture?
Charisma. What were you attempting?
Well,
Oh, I must have accidentally clicked on charisma. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. All right, that's
I
fine.
was not attempting anything.
All right, I was like, "What's this for? What are you up to?"
all right, that case, Caleb's just furniture, you say. So your Ottoman sneezes on the regular then?
Well, not this one in particular. This one just keeps slipping out of his chains and getting away. Though we managed to get a pair on him that stick, don't they? Can't exactly slip out of magical manacles, can you wee rat?
Now, why exactly would you need magical manacles for what seems like a very ordinary person?
Well, because he kept slipping out of him, didn't he?
Slipping out.
Yeah, every evening we'd have him tied up to a post, same as Annie, and then all of a sudden we'd get out in the middle of the night, he'd be gone, manacles on the floor. Slippery bugger.
Right.
And if
People
you-
in the
Tolerant
chat are
draws
like,
and shoot-
Torrent swore!
Tolerant wasn't fond of oppressing people beforehand, before he died. His impression of the matter hasn't exactly gone upwards.
Alloy will step forward and will just say to the slavers, "This man has something I need. I will not let the Empire have him."
Yeah,
Tolerant
see,
crosses behind Alloy and really wants to just draw and shoot the guy in the tree.
Yeah. The guy that's in the tree steps out a little bit with an armed crossbow. The 4 gentlemen that are standing in front of you in the trees each put a hand on a sword, and they look Alloy dead in the face, and the guy at the front says, "You sure you want to do that, mate?"
gentlemen, come on now. I'm sure we can solve this.
Fuck!
It's a little bit late.
Just everybody just like
Alloy steps forward, and
We initiating
Talrand and
combat?
Snack both immediately. Talrand will slide behind Alloy, and then we'll both just shoot the guy in the tree.
All right. So, Yeah, you guys just like immediately step out and like set off a couple of arrows.
If arrows have been fired, I'm doing this. Yeah. 30-foot wall of fire dividing us from the slavers.
All right, yeah, you guys immediately open up. The one arrow that was fired by Esteban, you like draw and fire, and you catch him. You catch him just like across the edge of the leg. Roll me damage.
Right. That's since it's that's my opening combat. I get to fire twice at him, technically.
Hey, give me another shot.
Yes.
Yeah, he just.
How you
Couple
gonna
arrows
climb
get
down from the tree
shot.
with no legs?
Catching him in the leg. I fired one for stealth. Yeah, he rolled advantage. Double eights. Yeah.
5 damage.
5 damage.
and-
Yeah. You clip him
That's-
right across the thigh.
You have to do
Well,
two
that's
of
that's the
those.
first
And the
damage.
second
Hold on
one?
one
Yeah.
second.
If you just
Sorry,
click the
just trying-
longbow, just
Yeah,
click
just-
longbow and
not.
it should
It's
do the
not the
damage.
same. It's not the same roll.
Oh,
It's just a regular.
He's gotta
D8.
set that up on his character sheet later.
hmm.
4.
There we go. Okay, cool. So yeah, so 5 and 4 damage. Yeah, like you catch him across the thigh and across the shoulder, and he's like, bugger, and then combat begins. Everybody, select your. Actually,
wait.
you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna move into
Did my spell?
screen that we've got for that. Boop.
Doc, did my spell go through?
30-foot wall of fire.
The 30-foot wall of fire. You said you wanted to put that up between the two groups of people. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, separating us from them.
So then, yes, it absolutely went through. You can. I'll let you choose the squares just as soon as we all get everybody sorted out. Let's get everyone on to the field. He was standing about there. You guys sort of situate yourselves where you guys were all standing.
How do I get my token on the board?
Open up your character sheet and then just click and drag your character sheet to the board, and it will bring up
Maybe
a thing.
you-
Now I am going to need to go through and
How?
quickly...
It's not doing it. I don't know how
Top
to do
right,
this.
click on the journal tab, and then click and hold on your name
Journal
and drag
tab.
it over to the.
What?
Where's the journal tab?
Okay, there's the chat tab,
Oh
and
yeah.
then the journal tab is the one immediately beside it.
Oh, I see. I got it. Yep.
Yeah.
There we
if you
go.
put your mouse over it, it says journal. There you go.
A derpity dude.
And then
Okay.
if you guys
Um,
want, you can...
Where's
do-
the water?
And that is... Snap.
I'm mounted
I'm-
an alloy. How do I do this?
Put yourself on the square right behind me.
Yeah.
That'd probably be for the best.
Lights.
Or,
'Cause I'm in.
I think
I'm
it's on
in
the other
the mud. Where's
That's
where's the mud?
Wait,
What counts as the month?
I think we have this reversed.
You
I
can
was
go
by
like
the
here
swamp.
or here if you want. These guys are going to be positioned in this area, is where I'm going to put them. In
Okay.
The trees
I was right
are
near the
indeed
pond.
objects, so you guys, I'm going to just quickly select the lot of you. Whoops.
I'm confused. So I was still by the pond. Where is? There's not a pond on this map.
like right
No, there
here, I
isn't.
think.
So I'm right here.
Half a second.
Okay,
There
sorry.
we go. That's okay. I'm just going to put you guys down. There you go. So now you guys can move around under trees and stuff if you want.
Hmm.
Oops.
Okay. All right. Now.
So I'm probably
I'm
more so over
gonna
here.
Just.
think. I'm under
There
mud.
we go. I'm just quickly setting up everyone's tokens because for some reason it didn't take from last time.
It's something you have to put into our character sheets that we can't.
Oh God! All right, I'll figure that out at a later
Yeah.
time because I made it so that you guys can like figure your shit out.
I put my health and stuff in.
Yeah.
Here
There
goes.
we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
It's-
I need to set this so that specifically these do you think you have a maximum of 27 HP? Why are you at
I
32?
Because he buffed me.
That is
Because
correct.
Snek buffed us. So
That
I've
is
got the
correct.
additional
Yeah,
5 HP.
I also got the 5 temp HP on mine.
And then I put my armor class on the left, and I'm putting my spell save on the right.
Yeah, it's me, Piffles, and Rainer, the three squishiest members of the party.
Yeah.
You say that, but Piffles now has more health than I do, and
I
has
have a-
the same.
There we go.
Yeah, I have a decent amount of health for something so little.
Okay, now let's get our gentleman onto the field.
So, wait, where's Drakier? Is he still by the pond? Because I was
You
by
guys
the
were
pond.
standing
Oh no,
here.
he
They
cast
were about
fire.
1, 2, 3,
Okay, wait.
4, and then there was another one in the tree up here.
Okay, I'm
I
in
was
the mud over
hiding-
here.
I was hiding behind a tree, so
Yeah.
Okay,
you
I
can
was in
put
the
yourself
mud
over
by
there
the
if you want.
pond, so I was
There you
over
go.
here, I guess.
Yeah, there was some mud. The water that they entered through was sort of off the map in this direction.
Okay.
So it's just like a swampy area in that way.
Okay.
Alloy, you want
I
to?
think
I'm under the mud and mud.
try swap places.
Yeah.
Let's move
go.
up one.
All right. Now
Okay,
let's
fine.
have ourselves.
It's the
a
conga
look.
line behind me.
Okay.
Well,
and then
Talwyn
roll-
literally was part of the role was to walk right behind you to,
Yeah.
occlude his shooting of the dude.
Shibbit. Okay, so roll initiative, shall we?
Yep. Select your token and then roll initiative. Put you
shouldn't we-
guys
Or the
in
firewall
position.
too.
shouldn't we put up the firewall?
There's turtles.
Let's get rid of those guys.
Oh,
There you go.
Ah, shit, I rolled high.
Yeah, if you want to like use the paint and just take some red and like draw the
Firewall.
the firewall, which squares you wanted it to go through.
Protects your internet and your party against the slavers.
Just write Norton across it.
Yes, just do a big flame of Norton.
Should I try catching two of them in the inside the firewall so they take damage, or should I just have them completely on the other side?
That's your call.
Let's see, they got okay. And he got
What do you guys think?
force them to cross it, I'd say.
Yabs.
All right. Let's delete that then, and then let's try trying it.
All right, so we're gonna go.
What I gotta do?
All right.
Yep, that's 30.
Sweet.
Well, actually,
Okay, well, 30 feet is like that's a 5-foot square. 5.
I know I'm using
5,
the
and
marker
you can
tool to
have it
check.
like go to whatever spots you want it to.
Does it start? Does the wall start on the square next to me? I would actually imagine so. Now that I think about it.
Well, I
Don't
imagine
get
so, unless the
me.
spell was like, set yourself on fire.
Don't set Piff on fire. You're going through Piff Square.
Piff does not need that kind of help setting things on fire.
You're gonna blow up my whole pack because I have kerosene in here.
Yeah, but you can, with the drawing tool, just be like, I'm gonna put fire in this square, and this one, and this one, and if you want to look it up, it's firewall, right?
It's Agensar's Scorcher is what the spell's called.
Scorcher.
It's a second level spell.
Jeez.
Why is it now suddenly doing a square?
Okay, well, Jesus Christ, I'll have to look it up.
I got it on my character sheet. Let me. Spells. A line 30 feet long and 5 foot wide, emanating from you in a direction you choose.
Okay. Yeah, there it is. 30 feet long, 5 feet wide. So choose basically 15 squares in a line if you want to, starting at yourself.
So
Each
do
creature
I
in the
start?
line that's in the line makes a dexterity saving throw. They take 3d8 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. And then at higher levels, you can do more damage. So yeah, so starting with yourself, you could be like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, like that if you wanted Because that's the thing, is that is a 30-foot distance, but I need you to pick out that many squares.
Alright,
Basically 6 squares in a line, however you want that to be shaped.
want red to signify fire.
There you go.
10, 30.
15, 20, 25, 30. Yep, that works.
And no piffles, unfortunately, set on fire. Thankfully.
No! Don't set me on fire, I'm little.
There you go.
And let me roll my initiative. So I was dealing with that firewall. And I'm dead last.
That is okay. That's I didn't have to reset the turn order thing because you ended up at the end. All right. So yeah, you guys standing there in the woods, and you open fire against the guy who's up in the trees, and he absolutely takes those 2 shots, and combat begins.
Talon, you're up.
Top of the order is Talrand.
Immediately to Bodak.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a weapon?
He shakes his head no.
Can I, as a free action, toss him a short sword?
You can, but his hands are still bound.
I also.
A dagger?
Sure. Yeah, you can throw him a dagger.
It's better than nothing.
That it certainly is.
Then I proceed to use a... 1 second. I need to look at my disguise self. Okay, it's not a concentration spell. Good. I proceed to cast Hunter's Mark on the guy up in the trees.
Okay.
I'm still under the mud, so they can't see me yet.
Yeah, you are still hidden very well.
I'm guessing that the damage I rolled will apply to any of them that tries to run through the flames.
Yes.
I didn't mean to roll that for damage, sorry.
That's okay.
I was trying to expand it.
That's right. If you
Roll 20 is hit or miss sometimes, but
yeah,
expanding or not expanding things.
it can be. That is for
Okay.
sure.
I proceed to try and shoot the guy in the tree again. I probably don't shoot the guy in the tree again.
It's with a 10, your shot goes off and it just whips right past him. The duration of the Scorcher isn't a stable wall. You basically let out a roaring flame that goes in like a snake shape or whatever you want for the 30 feet, but then it disappears. It doesn't stay.
So basically, the fire that's there is just an ignition. It's just regular fire now.
Yeah, like those areas you lit up. Some of those areas, I'm gonna say, you know what, I'm gonna say it's fine, just because that was a misunderstanding on how the spell works. But there is fire on those spots. However, it's not as imposing as like a full sorcerer's wall of flame, as this was a deep, wet part of the woods. Some of the wood has caught, but it's not going to sustain for very long.
Alright.
Talrand, is there anything else you want to do with your turn?
No.
All right. Piffles, you are up.
I'm still hiding in the mud. They can't see me. I've heard everything that's going on. I don't know the positions of, and I don't know. Can I see from the mud where they are?
Yeah.
I can't. Okay. But I don't want to hit you with stuff.
I have to ask, sorry.
Mhm.
How dark is it outside? How dark is it right now?
The sun is just setting. Like, it has finished setting, so you're in the latter half of twilight.
Okay.
Like, it is getting
Okay,
dark.
let me
by the
look
minute.
at my shit. Well, I'm still stealthed.
Yep.
They don't see me yet, right?
No.
Okay. And you said they're wearing a lot of metal jewelry. Oh no, but I can only cast that on one person.
Yeah, they got, like, jingle janglies, like, earrings and piercings, belts, and bangles and whatnot.
Yeah, heat metal's not gonna do that much. Let's see here. Oh, I want to cast Thunderwave, but I don't want to hit Alloy.
Do
would.
it.
I would hit Alloy. Because I have to be in the square. I have to be in one of the squares, and it casts a square
you
around
have to be touching the square.
Yeah.
Okay, true. So yeah, I'm gonna
So
all of
you
a
could have
sudden.
the corner right here.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna do that.
You could
I'm
make
gonna
it
do
like
that.
a square like that.
Yep, I'm gonna do that. Because it's only gonna hit one dude, but I'll knock him into the other dudes.
Yeah, if you want.
Okay.
Unless you stand in front of me, do that, and then move away.
Actually, no.
always
Yeah,
see
I'm
what
gonna move. I don't want to lose my stealth though.
Well, you're gonna lose it if you suddenly let off a thunder wave.
No, I don't want to lose it before I set off the thunder wave. So I'm gonna. There's gonna a little kazoo just pops out of the water, right out of the mud, and just doot doot doot, and shoot.
And fucking.
Oh shoot! Did
You rolled
Did that
damage.
cast properly?
It's a
Oh,
DC
whoops.
13
Hang on.
Constitution save. So
That's weird. Why did it do that? Hang on. Let me. I think I clicked it wrong. Let me do that. Casting
okay.
at level submit. Did it do it properly that time?
DC 13, 8 damage if it hits.
That's weird. Why did it do it like that? I'm clicking the spell and it's saying cast at what level, and then I'm casting it.
What do you... Is it like to roll more dice?
I don't know. It worked the last time that I did it like this.
I mean, it's saying it's rolling 2d8.
Cause like I'm clicking the spell. It's saying cast at what level, and then I cast it at level 1, and I click, and that's what it gives me. And that's not what it gave me before.
What should it give you?
Usually it gives me like, shit, can I scroll all the way back up to where I cast it last?
Do you know
Probably
what your spell
not.
save DC is?
My DC, my spell save is 13. I believe.
Yes,
Yes,
your
yeah,
spell
it's
save
13.
DC is still 13.
Yeah.
And Thunder Wave does 2d8 damage. And
Okay,
then pushes
so-
them 10 feet away from you.
15 feet. This is 15-foot cube away from me.
Well, it's a 15-foot
What's that?
cube, but
Yeah.
the target, when they are hit, if they are hit, takes 2d8 thunder damage and is pushed
Yeah.
10 feet away.
Yes.
On a
Yes.
successful save, they take half as much damage and they aren't pushed.
Yes.
Alright, so with that being said, let's have ourselves gander.
I only cast it the once though. I did the second thing because I didn't know if it was working
That's
properly.
okay. He does make the Constitution save, so he still takes 4
Shit.
damage. But when it slams into him, just this raucous, thundering attack, he sort of like reels from it, but it doesn't shove him back.
Okay. And then with that, I'm gonna roll out of the mud and duck back towards Talrand.
Haha.
I'm just gonna be dude blast run.
All right. And
I
up
kazooed
next,
you.
we've got Acolyte's Neck.
I'm not gonna shoot a dude.
Shoot him. Yeah, fuck, an 18. Catches in. Which one are you aiming for?
The one on the tree.
The one on the tree.
It's not his day.
Yeah, no, you catch him. He takes an additional 7 damage. Yeah, like fucking another shot grazes past his leg that's sort of out in the open, and he's
How's he-
shit.
I mean,
How's
He's
his
still-
balance up in this tree? Because he's
Yeah, I was
gotten
about to
hit
ask the same
3
thing.
times now
Yeah, he's
within
managing
a
it.
number of seconds.
Like the branches that he's in are quite large. He's about like maybe 10, 15 feet off the ground, so like he's
Good luck
okay.
climbing out of
The
it.
branches are big enough. He's able to like he's holding still, despite the fact he's being shot like 3 times.
Okay, hold on. And then as a bonus action,
Mm-hmm.
on myself.
Sanctuary. Until the spell ends, any creature who attacks you with an attack or harmful spell. Oh yeah, make a Wisdom saving throw.
On myself.
And yeah, and if they fail that save, they have to choose a new target.
Yeah, and it just means I can't offensively attack or else it breaks the spell.
Okay, cool. Yeah, done. All right, sweet. And is that your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn. That's all I got.
That's okay. All right. Coming up next is our slavers. There we go. All right, so the guy who's over on this side, after you cast that spell and sort of light a bunch of the deadfall in that area on fire, a bunch of them that are standing there in front of it, like, put their hands up and you're like, whoa, 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 hey! And they sort of take measure of your group. They definitely notice the sorcerer off to the side, and 3 of them draw these crossbows.
Ah, shit.
And start trying to shoot at you guys. Let's have a look here. Oh no, sorry. They just start throwing daggers. They just start like pulling daggers out and whipping them. The one that's on the side here is gonna take a shot at Drac here. Yeah. Does a 13 hit you?
My AC is exactly 13.
Tie goes to the defender, so you survive that. The one that's at the front here, also going to throw a dagger at Drek here. Yeah.
Oof.
Oof.
Oof. And he does 4 piercing damage. As he throws a knife.
No.
It lands into you. Arg.
Still haven't gone through the temp HP I got from Snack.
There we go. Alright, and this one is going to shoot at Caleb as it throws a dagger. Yeah. 9.
And whiffs it.
Yeah, and the dude on the far end is going to try to throw at Alloy. Yeah.
Wow, you just beat my armor.
Oh my god. Alright, 5 piercing damage. See, he whips a dagger into you.
I imagine Alloy looking down and going, "That was a mistake."
You see, notice
Fucking
my health bar go down. I
Destroy.
didn't.
That was a mistake because the cleric's attached to his back.
You have made a mistake today. Let's see here. There we go. And the last bandit, who is standing off to the side, up in the tree, shoots his light crossbow down at Talrand, as they are now in an archery fight. So he's trying to fire at you. Pew!
That does hit.
That does hit. All right. He does 5 piercing damage.
Talrand is a ranged, not great combat.
It's okay. So the crossbow bolt finds purchase, hitting into you. And in all of the hubbub, Bodak does not notice the fact that it hit you and did not make fleshy noises when it did that.
It got stuck in my armor.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, but why not? All right, and Caleb, you're up.
Okay, would just putting this forward to the party, would we benefit from Bodak being unshackled?
You think so?
Is
I mean,
that
it's
a
another
good
person that could fight for
idea?
you.
Remember, they
Ultimately,
said
it's your
those are
call.
magic shackles. We might not just be able to break them.
They could be magic though because he can change shape. Like, remember the thing with the footprints and it disappeared and it reappeared and stuff happened?
Yeah, I was out of character. I was thinking that, but our characters don't know that. They have no reason to suspect.
We saw
Alright.
big footprints turn into small footprints, did we not? Or did
We
I
did.
not? We did.
You saw big
We-
footprints vanish, and then you caught the trail of these 6 people.
But was it? I thought it was closer to that. If we didn't actually see it like switch over, then I wouldn't have said that.
No, they were just in the area.
Okay, then I'm just ignore what I said.
I mean, it's up to your character since we're in the middle
Yeah,
of combat.
You
It's
can,
hard
you can
to
infer
kind of
whatever
have a
you want.
conversation.
And if you want to like try to free him, you can move over to him and like make an attempt. It's your call.
Yep. While everyone's fighting, just go over here,
Still don't think it's a good idea to let the slimy frog person go.
and I'm gonna use my fast hands to use my thieves tools to pick the lock.
Yeah, so like you're like immediately come out and just like just start like getting into it. You're so swift. Bodak barely has like a chance to say anything or do anything, but he just basically freezes, and just lets you work away at the manacles. There is a skill for lockpicking, if I am correct.
Mm-hmm.
It
Thievery.
is sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand.
It's that,
Sleight
Hopefully
of hand
it's
or
better than
thievery?
your
What do you guys want to?
I
Thievery.
Thievery doesn't exist, so
Oh,
Nope.
thievery does not exist. Okay, so
Oh,
it's a sleight of hand check.
That's
Yeah,
because
it's just sleight of hand.
Wait, guy, tools can basically take the place of a skill check. It would basically be a thieves tool check, dexterity plus his proficiency, which would be the same
Okay.
as sleight of hand.
Quite literally, it's the same score.
Yeah, tool proficiencies, thieves tools. If we go down to there. Perhaps those common tools used by adventurers. They're designed for stuff. They have components. You can use them to set and disarm traps. Investigation and perception. Additional insight when doing things. Yeah, they're used when picking locks and disabling traps. It doesn't say specifically. Anything else about that?
It'd basically give him proficiency on the check, the use of the tools.
Yeah,
which
so
would
you just
be the same as using a skill.
general knowledge of traps and locks. Yeah, so then you can use your proficiency bonus when doing this.
Okay, what's my proficiency bonus? It is 2.
Basically, be a dex with your dex check with your proficiency bonus.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah. So it's dex and then
Alright.
your sleight of hand, and then you'd add another 2.
So wait, dex, sleight of hand. What?
Yeah. So click sleight of hand on your
What?
character sheet,
Yeah, clicking.
and then you just add 2.
Well, hold on, Rainer. What were
Wait.
you gonna say?
What I'm saying is basically a tool check replaces a skill check.
It would be less than his regular sleight of hand then. It would be 2
It's
instead
like-
of 5.
It would no. Like it's still a dexterity check, but the proficiency bonus be coming from the tools.
So it would still just be a +5 then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically skills work differently. It's still technically a sleight of hand check is still a dexterity check. It's just the sleight of hand
Oh.
is giving him his proficiency bonus. The same way the tools would be doing right here.
Okay, so if he had the tools, then he could do sleight of hand with picking locks without having to have been proficient in it.
If you have
Yeah.
proficiency and sleight of hands, you almost don't need a thieves' kit.
Yeah, you wouldn't need them then, by this. That's okay. Either way, give us a roll.
does make it fun for Talrand, who's never without his thieves' kit apparently.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, give a sleight of hand.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Oh,
Yee.
Jesus. Okay. You notice with your tools, as you're going through and you're picking the lock and you're moving the mechanisms around and stuff like that, there is absolutely an enchantment on this. But the keys that are used to unlock these manacles are non-magical. These manacles are designed to bind the user, to limit them from using any magic, any abilities, anything. And just as easily, you click, 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 and the manacles pop right off and land uselessly on the ground.
Okay. Just undoes the lock. Just gonna take a step back. Have fun.
Those handcuffs.
He, like, almost trembling, looks at you and nods and goes, "Hey, thank you."
And with that, I do believe I've used up my moves.
Yeah, that was your movement and your action. Is there anything else you want to do with a free action in return?
Not a whole lot I could do.
All right.
No, you know what? I'm good.
All right, so his turn comes up, and as you've removed the manacles, he sort of looking around at everybody else. I don't know if you, Talrand, on your turn, did you give him a dagger?
Yep.
I did.
Okay, so he still has it. He's sort of holding it upside down in a defensive position, and trembling, he sort of takes a 5-foot step back, and he's just shaking, and he just says, "Don't let them take me. Please, please, don't let them take me." And he almost devolves into shaking as he sort of falls to one knee and takes a defensive stance. And Alloy, it is your turn.
Which one was the guy who threw a dagger at me?
That'd be this fella right here.
Cool. I'm gonna attack him.
I'm gonna stab him. Get him.
Oh, actually, first, I'm gonna use...
Snack, you need to move up and follow Alloy. If you are on his back.
Yeah.
The hell is
He
Has no move action. Alloy is my move action. He's my mount.
Oh, here we go. Fighting Spirit.
Fighting spirit.
Fighting Spirit. Give myself advantage and 5 temp points. So basically what he just did was undone. And then... have a halberd.
Yeah, you take a swing with your halberd, and he manages to almost deftly parry it aside with a cutlass that he has in his offhand.
Action surge. Do it again.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, you caught him. You just, immediately locking blades with him, slashing back and forth, and he manages to parry one strike, and you draw a little circle with the tip and jab at him again, and your blade finds purchase, stabbing into him.
Alright.
All right.
Damage.
It does 6 fucking damage. Slashing into this guy. Here we go. Alright, -6. He takes that. Underneath, sort of the maybe 1 or 2 coats that they have on that are ratty leather, sort of pirate long coats, he has some kind of chainmail underneath it. So, yeah, he's definitely got that going on for him. But you do still make that hit, and it does solid damage. Is there anything else you want to do with your turn?
No, that's it.
Alright. And Drakir, you're up.
I move up here,
Okay.
and then I am going to cast a spell.
I cast a spell. Oh, fuck. Alright, so that's 5, 10 here, 15 here, and it goes out in a cone. So you catch all of these bitches up front.
And miss,
A DC 13 dex save to have the damage. And it does 9 damage. So let's see. First guy, he didn't make it. He didn't make it. Oh no, tie goes to the defender, so yes, and then also yes for him, and then he makes it. So the first dude who gets it over on this side takes the full 9 damage, so we'll just -9 off of him. And then the other guys, it's half damage rounded down, so these guys would be taking 4 each. That is still hefty. Alright. Oh, God, I keep breaking my keyboard, me and my stupid hands. Fuck. Oh.
and after casting the spell, I get behind Alloy.
Yep. Everyone get behind Alloy.
It's the conga line of Alloy.
Alright. Talrand, you are up.
Technically, me and Snake would... Well, Snake would be in Alloy Square, and I'd be where Snake's token would be, but...
He is technically small, so he could occupy the same space. I'm gonna look that up.
I can.
I was gonna say, if both are occupying your shoulders, Snake's your shield, Drakir is your grenade, are you turning into the Doomslayer?
A little bit.
Well, I'm not on his shoulder. I'm mounted to his back. He's between me and the enemy.
He's war
I know,
machine.
just-
Snack's riding piggyback.
I know.
I
just
tied a
trying to
harness.
put the mental image.
I can effectively fire over his shoulder at things.
Fuck. I'm gonna say, if you're gonna stay on his back like that, if he does move, I'm gonna give you a low DC challenge, though, of, like, athletics to stay on there. And...
Doc, I'm tied to his back. I'd have to make an athletic check to get off of him.
You tied yourself to the back of him?
Yes, I'm tied to him in a harness.
Alright, well, you know, I'm not gonna... I didn't know that you tied yourself on, so I'm gonna allow it.
I can't
Yeah,
get
if you
off
want to get
of
down,
him.
that's going to be a thing. Quad, on your turns, depending on what you're doing, you might have to do an athletics save to see if you take a penalty for having a fucking kobold attached to you. Alright, Talrin, you are up.
Talon shoots an asshole.
Shoots a bitch! It just misses. The shot goes just a little wide, aiming the dude in the tree, yeah?
Yeah,
Alright. Do you get another shot, or is that just the one shot?
that's just the one shot.
Yar. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
That's about all I can do, so... No.
Alright. Then we are on to Piffles.
Yibbles!
What do you get up to?
Let's see. Okay, I can, I am going to throw some daggers. Because I still have a bunch of daggers people gave me.
You have like 20 daggers. Like...
I have, let me see. I have 16 daggers.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw... How many can I throw at once?
Two.
You can
Two at
throw...
One with
once?
your attack, one with your offhand.
I'm trying
Okay.
to think if, like, because using a thrown weapon is an attack action, you get one action per turn.
So if I throw one with each hand, then
Yeah,
it's 2.
You can still throw with your offhand, so it'd be two
Okay.
weapon fighting.
Should I throw one and then throw one with disadvantage because in my offhand?
I'm trying to
Well,
think
it's a
what
light.
those
A
are.
dagger's a light weapon, so you don't really
Oh,
get any
okay.
penalty for fighting with it in your offhand.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll just throw 2 dagger then.
Let's see. So yeah, thrown weapons is usually a proficiency you can get with specifically thrown weapons. And then there's a bunch of them that do different damage and have different weights. Yeah, it's not really like, it's just an attack action, a ranged attack action to throw. So you just get the one.
It is a finesse
and-
action at least.
That's
So,
it's
sorry,
a
do I
regular
only get to
attack action.
do... So I do 1 or 2, sorry.
It's just the one.
Just the 1? Oh, because if I'm using both my hands, though, does it not count as...
Unfortunately, not yet. That is something
Okay.
you can get as a later skill with like
Okay.
2-weapon fighting or.
Can I take the
more
17 then
attacks per
instead of the
turn
12?
that you can use. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to say that your first one goes wide
Damn.
because otherwise
Shit.
that wouldn't be fair to other people.
Okay.
'Cause
Shit, so I'm gonna do
effectively rolled
that.
with advantage.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you whip a dagger, and it manages to just whiz pie one of the raiders at the front, one of these bandits.
Okay. And then for my other action, I am going to cast Bardic Inspiration on Talrand.
All right.
Because he's right beside me, so I can do that.
Yay. And that gives him an extra D6 on something?
Yep, extra d6 on an action or roll,
Cool.
essentially.
Can I decide it after the fact, or
You can decide it after the fact, so long as the DM hasn't already made a decision on the thing.
So if you roll,
Okay.
and before I tell you if you hit or miss, if it's like to hit,
Yeah.
then you can add it, or you can add it to your damage. It's up to you.
Yeah,
if I
exactly.
get that 14 again, I'm gonna go and I add Bardic Inspiration.
There you go.
There you go.
Toss it
Slam.
up there for you.
Okay. And that is Piffles. Snack, you are
Piffles.
up.
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on the creature I'm attached to.
The creature.
I would recommend like
He
waiting
actually
until
gets an additional +3 on that.
Fuck. So you let off like a healing spell into him. Quad, the temp HP that you have is still there. Like, temporary HP lasts until the end of combat usually, and
it lasts until you rest.
lasts until you rest and can exceed your max HP.
Yeah.
So you now are back up to 34, and then you have that additional +5 on top of it.
Okay.
So
and
that
then I'm
puts
also
you
going to
way
cast. Where is it here? Because it's a bonus action, so I can actually do this still.
Mm-hmm. I was about to say, it's like, it better be that one spell that's a bonus action.
Clicking it doesn't go.
Yeah, it's trying to do something in the chat. It's moving
That's
the
annoying.
chat
I'm telling
slightly.
it. I'll just do the roll manually. I'm casting Healing Word. One bonus action, 60-foot range. Creature I can see. Instantaneous. Creature of your choice that you can see within range regains hit points equal to 1d4 plus your spellcasting ability modifier.
Sweet. What's your spellcasting ability modifier?
Wisdom, which is +3.
All right, so roll a d4 +3.
Well, it'll be a d4 +3, and then plus an additional 3 because Life Cleric.
There you go. Yeah. All right, so d4 +6. Who are you healing?
Talrand, because he got shot.
All right. Yeah. So you after casting the healing spell into so even at a 1, that's still 7 damage. After casting this into Alloy, you then turn and over your shoulder cast a darker healing spell into Talrand. And yeah, that's +7 HP for you.
And this is why the mounted Kobold Warforged combination is kind of scary.
Any damage you deal to the Warforged immediately disappeared.
All you see is just the arrow that they shot into him just kind of pull out and fall on the ground as the armor reknits itself back into place. It's like, fuck.
And then you got the sorcerer there ducking behind the Warforged.
Yeah, I don't know if they've spotted the kobold back there just yet, but as they're all throwing daggers on the other side of this sort of very small amount of burning brush that's in between you, they see all of a sudden this magic go off on the Warforged, and a bunch of the damage and wounds and stuff start healing up, and then one dagger fall out, and the one dude who's standing closest to you goes, "Bugger me, I've never seen that before."
Wait a second. I just realized something. Are the squares that my burning hands hit on fire now?
Not those ones, no. Only because, again, the brush is very, very wet in this area.
I was only asking because the previous fire might have dried it up a bit.
But those, I was gonna say, this one here and this one here that was included in the blast, are still gonna be going a bit stronger. But the rest of them are still kind of going, low amount of fire. All right.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe wait next time when I take a bit more damage, because goodness, that was 13 healing, but I only took 5.
Well, he can't do any attack actions right now because of his sanctuary.
True.
Yeah, I can't actually attack anything. Not to mention, at the end of the day, I'm on your back. I felt you get hit and knew that you took damage, but I have no way of knowing how much damage you took. I just know you were injured, so I fixed it.
That's right. All right. And with these slavers, they immediately, after being hit with all this fire and being slashed at and cut at and stuff like that, they just go into action. This one moving from there to here. This one is going to try to hop the fire and get to the other side. So let's see. Yeah, okay. So he makes a little jump over to here, and this fella moves into this position. All right, and this one is going to try to attack the sorcerer with a scimitar. A slash. Does an 11 hit you? He misses tremendously.
Bounces off my scales.
Mm-hmm.
Does he not provoke an attack of opportunity for passing Quad?
He didn't pass me.
He
No, he
hasn't
didn't leave.
left the threat zone yet.
Oh, okay.
If one of them
sorry,
was to
I
move
missed that.
away from him, then that would trigger an attack of opportunity.
And before anyone says, Camry used Thunderwave to force them out, that does not trigger it if they did not leave willingly.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. All right. So then, unfortunately, though, in this position, Quad is flanked, so they are going to attack you from both sides. Yeah. 18 or 20.
That one just gets me.
All right, and the second one attacks at you, also
Hits
hitting.
me.
So that is 6 and 5 slashing damage as they slice into the armor, cutting at you from both sides. This one back here tries to... Actually, I'm going to resolve this one first. The one up in the trees is going to try to shoot another bolt at Delrin. Fuck!
He misses horribly.
He boofs it! He shoots another bolt and it just whizzes pitifully into the bushes. This
Any
one
chance of
over
hitting it?
here, he moves, because, yeah, he's gonna go 1, 2, 3 to there, and he is going to try to throw a dagger this way into the slave who's attempting to get away, because you have lifted his bonds. That does hit. Okay. So he takes that damage. The one bandit runs over to the side, takes out another dagger, and whips it across, and it goes over the sort of burning brush in front of him, and it lands just right into the shoulder of Bodak, and he sort of stumbles backwards into the ground as it's in his shoulder, and he's cursing and just trembling and shaking terribly. Caleb, you're up.
I gotta ask, Doc, for a nat 1, there's no consequences for him up in that precarious tree?
Not yet, no. Other people have rolled that one in your party, and I have yet to punish you for it. So I'm just...
Yes, that generally they're not doing something quite stupid at the time.
It's true.
Or have taken like 15 points of damage.
Alright, so Laughing Boy here is protected by the fire. Sort of. Actually, you know what? No, he's not. I see him attack the slave.
Mm-hmm.
I just go, oh fuck, no you didn't. And attack with the short bow. Damn it.
Fip! Shot goes wide. And it fiffs off to the edge.
Hey. Move here.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, check. Alright, anything else you want to do?
I guess I won't ask retroactively, Doc. Damn.
What's up?
Fuck. All of my ranged attacks were technically had +2 more.
Oh,
attack.
shit. Alright, well, we'll count it going forward.
Alright, and after moving to here, just turn to Bodak and it's just get behind that rock for cover.
Okay, yeah. He definitely he hears you. He like snaps out of it a little bit, and on his turn, like just manages to shakily get the thrown dagger out of his shoulder. And there's a bit of blood obviously gushing out of the wound. He like puts one of his hands over top of it. He's still holding the dagger in his other hand. He barely manages to get to his feet, and he scoots over into cover there. But he is terrified and muttering to himself. I don't know if anybody is close enough to hear or if anyone wants to try.
I'll try. Perception.
I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, you three, I'm gonna say you three can definitely roll for it because you were standing very close to him.
It's perception?
Yep. Jesus Christ. Not you, Piffles.
I told you, usually I'm bad at these checks.
Piffles literally
Usually
still
I don't
has mud
perceive
in her ears.
anything. Yeah.
The two of you, you both got over 20. you notice as he's pulling the dagger out and he's stumbling and getting behind the rock, he's mumbling to himself over and over, "Not now, not now, not now."
Oh.
And because you both got over 20, you notice ever so slightly off of him, you can see coming out of his clothes a little bit of steam.
Ooh.
There's a small amount of mist coming off of him. Alloy, you up.
Oh boy.
Oh, God.
Deal with the guy on your, well, on the right from what we see with the tokens. In my opinion.
Yeah.
Get rid of the flanking.
Yeah, I'm gonna burn through some things in this, so I'm gonna use fighting spirit again,
Okay.
and then I'm going to attack the guy on the right.
All right, cool.
He's there on his
You hit
own.
this guy here?
With yeah,
All right.
the 16 hit.
The 16 does hit.
Cool.
6
I got
slashing.
6 damage, and then
Slice
action
into him.
surge to do it again.
All right.
And that's my last action surge.
You absolutely hit him a second time. 7 slashing.
7 damage.
Snick, snick, whoa, Jedi. You cut into this guy twice. You do some very appreciable amount of damage to him.
Oh god, now I'm just imagining him doing the like Star Wars kid moves.
Yeah, just flip it around. Oh, man.
And then smack on his back, going, "Get me off this wild ride!"
Snick
Or
is
Star Wars
probably
kids
harder to hit than he is right now.
All right. Is that your turn?
Yep.
Dope. Drakir,
Guy's still up.
you're up. Oh yeah, he took those 2 slashes. He's still standing.
I mean, after the 2 slashers plus all the fire damage I've dealt,
Mm-hmm. Well, the fire only hit the dude on the far left.
it hit all 4 of them. Remember?
Well, yeah, but he only took like 4 damage from that.
He's keeping track of it.
Breathing up some acid.
Oh shit. In what direction are you doing that?
In the direction to hit this guy and this guy.
A 5. Oh, it's okay. So it's a 30-foot line, 5 feet across.
Yeah.
So did you want to like do it like this way? Oh, you wanted to go like across that way? Blam.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'll allow it. Jesus Christ. All right. So what's the DC saving throw for that?
10. It's based off my constitution.
That's okay. Yeah, 8 plus your Constitution modifier plus your proficiency bonus, and that's 10.
Yeah, I have a constitution of 10.
Okay, so then that would be, yeah, there's 8 plus con modifier. So if you have a Constitution of 10, that's plus 0, and then your proficiency bonus is 2. So yeah, that's a 10. A creature then takes 2d6 damage on a failed save, and half as much on successful. All right, let's see if he makes a saving throw. Oof, barely, and also yes. All right, so roll me 2d6.
Yeah, I expected them to make it.
2d6. Each of them take 4 damage. All right. So the 2 of them, as you breathe out this like acid towards them, it sizzles into their armor, and they both take 4 acid damage. And Talrand, you are up.
Wait, I still can move.
Oh, you can move? Yes, that's correct. Be careful, though. Remember, you are within attack range of this one dude who's here. If you move away from him, that does provoke an attack of opportunity.
Unless you disengage.
But you already
Wait,
used an
no.
action.
Yep. Sorry, I was thinking 4th ed.
Yeah, that's okay.
The 5-foot shift.
The old 5-foot shuffle.
Never mind. Just go to Tauren.
All right, Talrand, you're up.
Bodak. Can we help? And then I proceed to shoot. And I wait to see if he responds in any fashion.
You call out to him. He is barely able to respond to you. Looking up to you, like gripping his wound. All he calls out is, "I've got it! I'm alright!"
Okay. Talon proceeds to shoot the asshole in the tree again.
Alright. Jesus Christ.
And, fuck. That's, I'm rolling that, D6.
Yep. Add that D6.
Remember, that's a 15.
No, it's not. I figured out how to add in the +2. That still misses. Ah.
20 plus 4, which is dex plus 2 mod, and then plus 2 proficiency. And yeah, it's still 11. And then plus the extra 2 from the D6. Boom. The shot unfortunately goes wide.
That was a 3. The fact that 11 became a 3 is really impressive ability to shoot an arrow. But
that was a 3 that got all the way up to an 11. So like that's
a 3 that got all the way up to a 13.
Yeah, like that was good, but unfortunately it just still missed. Even with all the
lowest theoretical number I can shoot with my bow is a 9. And I've not strayed that far from it today.
Yeah. It's been a rough roll.
I might need to replace my bow.
Things real quick.
Yep. Come back quick as you can.
I might need to replace my bow before it is clearly failing me.
Just like throw it in the woods, like fuck this thing. Is there anything else that you'd like to try to do with your turn?
Talrand moves. Over here.
Oh shit! Got some tic-tac-toe going on here. All right. Yeah, that
give Alloy a
guy.
better chance.
That puts him in flanking. And Piffles, you are up.
Well, Talrand might not be the best in melee. It's not like he doesn't have some health, and it's not like he doesn't have some armor. And if you don't support your tank, you're failing.
Truth. Alright, I am going to throw a dagger again. Actually, I'm going to move a little bit closer. No, I'm going to keep my movement action for later. I'm going to throw a dagger.
Who are you throwing it at?
Dude, right here by snacking them. Because I can, I'm like, pretty close, yeah.
A 14 unfortunately does not hit.
God damn it. Ugh.
These are some armored boys.
Yeah, these guys got some gear on.
Nah. Alright, I'm gonna go, and I'm actually gonna like scooch over and follow Talrand because I don't want to leave my friend behind, and also I want coverage. I'm like, you're good with the bow. I'm gonna follow you, friend.
Yeah, okay, that's with the range. Yeah, okay, so you run off over there. Okay.
I throw a dagger, it clanks against his armor, and then I run over to friend. Hit.
All right, and Snack, you're up. Healing touch, 12 points.
And all that damage Alloy took just poof.
Yeah, pretty much.
Son of a bitch.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Anything else you want to do? That's okay. Welcome back.
No, that's all I'm doing this turn because I've only got one more level 1 spell slot right now.
That is a-okay. All right. It is the slavers that are going to go, and they are just fucking haggard as they're continuing to try to fight you guys. This one is going to take a slash at Talrand with scimitar. Yeah. Does a 21 hit?
No, it doesn't.
No, go away. So he slashes at you, and it does the 5 damage. This one is going to take a
you
shot
need a dry
at...
thonk for him, not a squall.
An alloy, a 10, I imagine, does not hit you.
No,
let's
you
see.
got me.
With a 10?
Nah, I'm kidding.
Okay, I was like, I
Duck.
did not. You shut up. Swings wide and misses. The one that is far on this side is going to actually try throwing a dagger at, because he doesn't really have a very clear shot towards Bodak at this point. He's going to take out another dagger and whip it towards the Warforged. Does a 14 hit you?
Nope.
All right. So they're just like clanging off your armor, not really gaining any damage or doing anything. The one that's on the ground here is going to try taking a slash at our Sneck here. Now, Sneck, you are tied to a person, so you have disadvantage with being hit.
He also has Sanctuary.
You have
Oh,
to
that's
roll
right. I gotta
a
roll a
DC
fucking wisdom
13
save.
to try to hit me,
A DC 13.
and then to try to hit me, and then once you have,
Nope.
yeah, he just failed. He just loses his attack entirely.
Fuck, okay. So he's just like, there's a fucking cleric over here, and tries to like stab at you, and is just like, and it doesn't take. He doesn't take the shot. The last bandit that's in the trees actually arms his crossbow and takes a shot at Bodak. Jesus. Oh my god. And that lands into him for 5 damage. Oh god.
Did he not get disadvantage for Bodak hiding behind the rock?
Not with his elevated state. I'm gonna say no. Bodak's also not doing a terribly great job. Additionally, I forgot to. Wait, no, you don't have to roll for cover. How's cover work?
It's just rolling at
Does the person just
disadvantage.
rolls with disadvantage? How cover works?
I think cover adds to your AC a little bit.
No,
I don't know.
it
It
is.
used to do that in 3.5. Well, in
It's
3.5 it was a percentile mischance. I think it's just
Huh.
disadvantage here.
Basically, anything negative, anything
Yeah.
negative to a check, just
Oh no, yeah.
applies
Target with half
disadvantage.
cover has a +2 bonus to AC and Dexterity saving throws.
cool.
A target that has half cover is an obstacle that blocks at least half their body. With 3/4 cover, gets a +5 bonus. And total cover, they can't be targeted at all directly, at least by a ranged attack or direct spell. Although some spells can reach such a target by including them in an area of effect. So, like, if you shoot a fireball around a corner or, like, hit the ground just behind the wall, then the blast would still affect him. But yeah, he, even if we gave him 3/4 cover, as he's sort of crouching behind that large boulder, he's not fully covered, and with a 20, it still definitely hits him. And he takes that damage. So the arrow just slams into his other shoulder, and he almost falls over and collapses, gripping it. And that is the Slavers. Caleb, it is your go.
Alright, I would see Bodak taking that damage then.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, just thinking, shit. Alright, just gonna see what I have here. That might help. I have no potion. Wait. Okay. Okay.
I got 2 potions on my belt.
I don't suppose on. No. I was gonna say on your turn, just yeet one my way, but
Too
Don't
risky
wanna
of
risk-
dropping it.
yeah, exactly. So, just he's just gonna turn to Bodak, stay down. I'll be right back, and goes over to Dracula, just for the love of, for one of. Do you have potions?
Now we have to wait till it gets my turn. Unless I can just pass it to him. Could I use my react?
It would have to
Could I
be
use my
your
rea-
turn. You can use it as a free action to pass him a potion, but we'll have to wait for your turn.
Alright. Can't use my reaction to do that?
No.
Alright, and I still get an attack, don't I?
You do.
Alright. Here's to slamming my head against a brick wall, because I'm gonna fire at that guy again.
Get him. Nice.
Okay, better.
Boosh. You hit. Yeah, that arrow fucking, like, definitely slams right into him. What's your damage?
Boom.
7. All right.
That guy's been hit with fire, acid, and now an arrow.
He's
7.
not had a good day.
Whoa. Screen's a bit fuzzy.
He has both fire burns and chemical burns.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay. Oh, cool. Okay, cool. All right. So yeah, you take a shot, and with your free action, you ask for potions, and that's that. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, as you guys are out there, Bodak collapses to the ground, and a small amount of steam leaking out of his clothes starts to billow larger and larger, followed by the sounds of tearing flesh and cracking bones. Eventually, out of a huge cloud of steam, a massive paw covered in white fur reaches out and covers the ground. Standing up out of this cloud of steam, you see a tremendous beast.
Oh, he's so
Look how
adorable.
cute he is. Hold on. Let's try that again. There we go. You see a massive white beast come out of this thing.
Bear.
It is...
I was
God damn
right.
it. So was I. We were all right.
Everyone was right.
Except our
What a
characters
twist.
are fucking oblivious.
Yup.
And yeah, so this thing transforms and turns into a massive white beast as it leans up out of the huge cloud of steam. It lets out a deafening roar.
Gesundheit.
Well, fuck.
Do I recognize this?
You do not recognize this. All right. Let's have ourselves a look.
I think we found a. I think we found our white beast.
No
Move
shit.
that off the map. All right. Here we go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It makes its way over there, and with a massive claw, takes a swipe at that dude who is standing in front of him. Let me quickly get this here. Yeah, go for that. Oh, Jesus. Well, that guy got hit. Okay, cool.
I think he's dead. That guy was already hanging on.
Let's
He's
whisper that
dead.
damage. Oh, Jesus. So, he, like, it doesn't outright kill the gentleman who is standing there, but it slams into the massive tree that's next to him and still cuts into this guy, doing quite a bit. He stumbles backwards here, and the huge tree that's next to him comes crashing down.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so he just takes a massive swing, knocking over a tree, lets out another roar. And Alloy, it is your turn as I find ourselves a tree. Just gonna...
Talrand is just looking at the slavers and doing.
What did you do?
He should be doing that at the air genasi.
No, the Air Genasi was doing his job right. He's staring at the slavers and is like, "You fucking idiots!" Like,
Well, they put magic manacles on him.
So,
That tree's gone.
Alloy is going to pretty much attack the same guy who was attacking last time, but since Talron's area, he'll have advantage.
Yep. Make that swing.
Not that he needs it, eh?
Natural
Fuck, yeah.
20.
Critical hit! 7 and 6. Oh my god.
I think the guy's been impaled on the halberd at this point.
So that is 13 damage.
Chuck her to the
Like to
werebear.
imagine
Maybe
he
you can
tried-
feed him.
He tried to like lean back and dodge an attack, and Talron just kind of kicked him in the center of his back. Like, no, stay there.
No, you stay there. All right. Do you attack him again? It hits him, and a lot of blood comes
I
out.
can't attack again anymore, so I only do the one.
All right, yeah, no. So you take a big slash, and it cuts into this guy, and he is not looking well. Like, he is definitely over half at this point. But he's there. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
Nope.
All right, Drakir, you're up.
I believe we no longer need that potion at this point.
I think you're right.
Oh boy.
Woof.
Casting a spell.
Yes,
Magic missile.
Magic missile. And that does
First one.
5 damage on the first missile. Who's that? Who's that for?
Gonna go to this guy. I have to choose the right tool.
Okay. Okay. So that dude there. All right. So yeah, you let off this like magic missile, and the first one like slams into this dude. How many of those do you get when you cast this?
At this level 3.
At 3? Okay, so roll me 2 more and pick targets. Oops, this one. There we go. So he takes 5 damage.
Wait, +1. I forgot that the +1 on those. Sorry.
Okay, so then that's 4 damage and 2 damage. And are they going to the same guy?
Last one's going to the same guy. The middle one is blasting the branches underneath the guy in the tree.
Oh ho! That absolutely. You know what? Fucking. Let me say hi. Yeah. Okay. So it absolutely slams into the branch that's underneath where he's standing, and it weakens it a little bit. He loses his footing, and he boofed it. He falls out of the tree.
Sweet.
He
Finally.
absolutely just like whams into the ground. That's a 15-foot fall. He takes quite a bit of damage from that. But he's still alive. And is that your turn?
No, I'm going to move. I don't care if he decides to take the chance to attack me. I'm distancing myself from the werebear.
Good call.
All right, so you move. The guy gets attack of opportunity. Does an 11 hit you?
Nope.
So he
God.
fucking swings wide and misses.
I think he's fairly distracted.
Oh yeah.
Half-hearted
all right.
whiff.
Talron, you're
It's a
up.
giant bear.
Yeah, he just like takes a shot, but really.
I tried to murder the asshole who's now on the ground.
Shoot him! He's prone! Nice! Oh my god,
I
nice.
think I hit this time.
You hit him. 12 piercing. Alright, so yeah, you absolutely ended
Actually,
that guy.
18.
And then another 6?
Yeah,
Hunter's mark.
he's got the hunter's mark on him.
That's right, he does. And that puts him, down under half. He is like just full of holes at this point. Oh wait, no, sorry, that is a bit more, as he's calculating in some other damage. All right, cool. Is that all your turn?
Yeah, no, Tolerant's gonna stay approximately where he is unless we come up with a different plan.
All right. Piffles, it is your turn.
Shit.
You said your music could calm, right? Time for her to put her money where her mouth is.
It's only within like 20 feet, and I don't think I want to get that close to that thing.
You just need to move
Might
one
not
square
have a
up and then.
choice soon.
Oh, this could fucking backfire so bad, though, you guys.
Drakyar's not being serious. He's just basically.
I know, but I could go invisible and then go over there and try to put sleep, but I don't know if it's gonna work.
Let's let him help deal with the pirates first, the slavers first. I think those are his first priority.
Yeah, I'm gonna, okay, I still have daggers left. I can do something with the daggers. I'm gonna throw a dagger at this guy. Oh shit, it did not work. Where's my marker tool? The dude next to Talrand. Dude, like, kitty corner to Talrand.
That guy there?
Thieves. Yes.
Alright, cool. Yeah.
I'm gonna
With
throw a
that,
dagger
oh
at
yeah,
him.
with that.
Did I actually hit this time?
He is flanked. So with a 15, I mean, tie goes to defenders. So I'm gonna say
God damn
no.
it.
But
If he's flanked, he gets to roll advantage.
yeah, you gotta roll again.
Oh, I get to roll again?
Yes.
With advantage, you mean?
Yes.
Just one
Just roll
more.
again.
Just do it again. Just do it as
Just
if
do
you
it.
were. Yeah.
Do it
Do it again.
Do it again.
Bam! You hit.
Sweet!
Roll damage.
4! Piercing!
Bam! One of your daggers absolutely just like sticks into his back, and he's just like, bugger!
Then I'm gonna duck under. I'm gonna hide in Tolerance, like, cloak or whatever he's
Hide
wearing.
in Torin's shadow.
I'm enjoying our British pirates.
I'm sorry, imagine Piffles throwing a knife and then lifting up the back, like the hem of Talron's cloak and throwing it over her head, like, you can't see me.
Pretty much. Pretty much. Pretty much.
You can't see me. Alright. Acolyte Sneck, you're up.
I'm actually going to withhold my action for now.
Okay. Holding an action lets you just put one
Take
action
my turn later, basically.
Later, yeah.
You have
All
to
right.
just say like what
The
what the
slavers.
trigger is for the action.
Yeah, what action are you going to do, and what is the trigger?
Healing the Warforged if it takes damage.
Like a lot of damage, or any damage?
More than 8.
Okay. Alright. Good. Alright, so the slavers, they are... Oh, God. This one's gonna move about 5-10 feet over this way, and he is going to try to throw a dagger, and it just bounces off this thing. Like, tie goes to defender, so it just, like, it sticks into the hide and then falls out of its fur. The other one that's standing here, he's gonna take a 5-foot step back. Does that provoke an attack of opportunity from you, Quad?
No, he has to move out of like 15
Another
feet
5
away
feet from
me.
there?
Yeah.
Well, either way, he's gonna whip another dagger, and it's going to hit the bear. And he does damage.
That was a poor decision.
Yep, he whips that, and it sticks into the side of the bear, and the bear, like, just lets out a huge roar, in more irritation than anything else, as that is 7 damage it takes. The guy who is standing here is
Hold
going
on.
to try to move
Doc.
here. Yeah?
God damn it, roll 20.
Oh, did roll 20 boot everybody out again?
Thanks,
Mhm.
Elgin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still in.
I was by myself in there.
Yeah, I was suddenly by myself.
Yep.
We all have to refresh.
Okay. I'm gonna refresh. Oops. Sorry, everybody. Sorry for the folks who are at home. Seems that there's a little bit of trouble. Oh yeah, now it's starting to
Everyone
crash
is
out.
probably everyone's probably playing because social distancing.
Mm-hmm. You did, like, truly, there is probably a ton of people on their servers right now due to social distancing.
Yep.
So with this dagger throw, I don't know if anyone here has ever played the game Dragon's Dogma.
Mm-mm.
No?
Nope.
I played
no.
like the first half hour of it.
But there
It's
is a game called Destiny 2, or not Destiny, Divinity: Original Sin 2 that I want to.
Well, the reason why I'm bringing up Dragon's Dogma is within like the first half hour, your tiny little fisher village gets attacked by a motherfucking end boss dragon, and your tiny little generic fisherman grabs a rusty sword and runs up and attempts to stab the dragon.
How
And
does that go
succeeds.
for him?
It succeeds in stabbing the dragon, and the dragon looks down at it and goes, "Interesting. I need to kill somebody." And proceeds to rip out your heart and eat it.
Jesus.
But you get better.
You get better though. It's fine.
Do you get your heart back? No.
Not exactly. This guy tries to hop over this way, takes a little bit of damage from the flames that are still there. And then he also attempts to throw a fucking dagger. Oh god. Nah. Okay, yep, it's fucking... I mean, that's a high number. Great.
I was like potentially worried that if they had tried to just run away, the bear in its rage mode would get angry and attack us. But I'd like to thank the bad guys for making sure that the bear is really pissed at them.
Yo, yeah, like,
Squarely
as it
focused on
grew up over from behind the rock and started stomping its way over and knocked a tree over towards the guy, the bunch of them have turned their attention to it and are sort of retreating while throwing daggers and shooting things at it, and these guys are just like, bug out of hell, what is that? And they're just fucking throwing stuff, like, in more fear and panic than anything else. The one that is standing here will attempt to take a step back that way. That triggers an attack from Talrin.
If he wants to take it, that is.
If you want to take it.
I do. I just need to pull up my character sheet again because it closed when Roll20 kicked us out.
Also, technically, Snick if he wants to suddenly be offensive.
Oh,
Goodbye!
Oh, God. Alright, well, roll with your short sword. What's your damage like?
what's the crit rules in fifth?
You double your dice roll.
Yeah, double the dice.
And then add your normal modifier.
Yeah, so it's double base dice, effectively, then?
Yeah, you double the amount of dice you roll, but the other base that
Oh.
you add on top of it remain the same.
It auto
It
did
did
it.
automatically.
Actually, no. Any
Yeah.
dice you roll
Oh, there you
gets
go.
doubled.
It did it automatically, because it was a critical hit. So
Any
yeah,
dice
that
you
is
roll whatsoever.
13 damage as you turn and just slash into this guy as he attempts to make a retreat. Because you hit him with an attack of opportunity, he doesn't get to move or do anything anymore.
I returned the favor because didn't he try to stab me?
He did try to stab you.
I'm pretty sure he tried to stab me.
You are
But-
correct, sir.
One thing I was just trying to say, any added dice does get doubled. It actually states things like sneak attack do in fact get doubled in the player's handbook.
Go. So he is in extremely bad shape and loses his ability to turn. The guy that fell out of the tree broke his crossbow, so he's going to pitifully try to throw one of his fucking daggers at this bear. And I...
How
Jesus
did you get rid of
Christ!
the bear?
Yeah, he fucking gets it. And that's... Jesus, you stupid bastard. He throws it at this monster, and again, it hits the side of it, and it just furiously angry. This monster is just getting like hit with all these throwing daggers, and it's looking extremely mad. Caleb, it's your turn.
Okay.
Quad, for your turn, I recommend just grabbing one of the guys and throwing them in front of the bear.
I couldn't do that. Well, first of all, where's my character sheet? There's my character sheet.
These guys have bugger high hit point pools.
Oh yeah, these are some very experienced slavermen. You guys can absolutely beat them, but they are very hard.
Alright, gotta go to here. And I'll attack him with my Rapier.
Rapier! You absolutely hit him. Yeah, you fucking swing that, stab into the side of him. 5 piercing damage. He is barely hanging on.
I
Like,
thought you were gonna say he was dead, like we'd finally actually managed to kill one of them. But
one of these poor assholes.
Okay, that's gonna be it for me.
Alright. It is the monster's turn. The beast, taking massive steps, moves in this direction and comes over here and makes an attack. Oh god.
does it stomp on the tree like and break it in half like a twig?
Just about. Yeah, no, like as he's walking by, it just steps on this tree and it snaps it a little bit. This thing, looking at it, is easily 30 feet high. It is a massive creature, and it makes a swipe with its claws. Yeah, I'll make that a public roll. And, oh, yep. Okay. Yeah, why not? Jesus H. Alright.
Holy shit!
So that guy takes 10. Yeah, and this thing, as it marches over, just... and lands in a hit and knocks these two guys over this way with its hit and raises its one paw and brings it down on the other guy that's over here, and he takes... Oh, God. Alright, well... Alright, he takes 14 damage. And he is knocked prone.
In the fire.
Yeah, that one guy... Actually, geez, yeah, you know what? He does take some damage from being in that fire, because he got knocked over into the fire. And those two guys are on the ground, and this guy's on the ground. And Alloy, you're up.
Wait, who's on the ground?
The gentlemen that are here, here.
Alright, cool. So the guy right in front of me then.
Yep.
Channel your inner K4.
I mean, even with advantage striking a prone opponent,
Yeah.
it's still a miss. It's a swing and it whiffs a little bit, but yeah, like you think like as he's tumbling and scrambling to get to his feet, you just managed to swing and miss an attack. Is there anything else you'd like to try to do with your turn? Yeah. All right. Drakir, you're up.
Going with magic missile again.
Get it. So that's one.
First one's going to this guy.
Yep. You cast that shit out, and the missiles slam into the targets that you shoot out towards. That is... Yep. -3 on him. You can just click the spell 2 more times if you want to. And then that's 4 damage for the next missile.
That goes to this guy over here.
That guy goes there, so that's -4.
Here we go. That one's going to this guy in the fire.
Copy that. All right, and that's 5 damage for him. These guys are beat the fuck up, and are not looking well.
Reaction. I suggest we leave. Just say that to the rest of the party.
I'm not against this.
Talron, you're up. You have advantage if you want to attack the guy that's right next to you, because he is flanked.
I think I'll do that. Good thing I had advantage.
Yep, 25. That hits, and that's 8 with the short sword. You slash into the back of this guy, and he falls over dead.
Finally!
So that guy there, he keels the fuck over, and just face down into the mud.
Tactical retreat, lads.
Run away!
Talron is withdrawing, not running away. Important difference.
That is true. Is that your turn?
Yep.
All right, Piffles, you are up.
I am running the fuck back with Talrand. I'm like, this guy, he knows what he's doing. I'm all of a sudden my cover is like off of my head and I run back over here.
All right.
And I'm also going to use my last bardic inspiration on him as well.
All right, yeah,
Yes,
you gave him bardic inspiration.
Yep.
So he gets that
And
extra
that's my
D6.
last one. I can't do it anymore.
All right. Snack. You are tied to the back of a warforged still. You held your action all the way to this point. No one's taken any damage on him yet. What do you do?
Quite frankly, nothing.
You want to keep holding?
Yeah, there's just not much for me to do right now that wouldn't... I don't want to break my sanctuary spell, quite honestly.
Yep. All right,
And
cool.
There's not really anyone. There's no one in reach that you can hit.
And I've only got one good... Oh, wait, hold on. There's something I can do. Hold on. One second.
I mean, you have cantrips, don't you?
Yeah,
Can't
I'll
attack
restore it.
people, though. Or else if he takes an attack on somebody. Resistance. You touch a willing creature, and before the end of that spell, the target can roll a d4 and add that number rolled to a saving throw of its choice. Cool.
Alloy, because I'm attached to him.
Yep. Alright, so Alloy, the next saving roll of your choice, you may add a d4.
Cool.
Alright. And it... Oh god, it's the slavers.
Now it's the dead men crawling.
This guy uses his action to get to his feet, and then attempts to move this way, but that provokes an attack of opportunity, as he is trying to run away, and that... Yep, he just... And, Jesus, he's dead. As he tries to get up, the beast raises its paw and just smashes it down into the ground into him. And he is pummeled underneath that and is now dead.
You now more resemble steak tartare.
Yeah, he didn't make it. He's right there. These two gentlemen, they use their action to stand. This one tries to run.
He provoked an opportunity attack from me.
Does he make it? He doesn't make it, you guys. He doesn't make it.
Fuck, you got
Oh
critted!
God! Oh God!
There
What
is
is that?
no more
39
flavor.
Oof.
with 39
There's
damage.
now a fine red mist in the air.
He
Where the flavor
gets
used to
slammed
be.
and tumbles over against this tree here. He is barely alive.
Oh, should I also add
How
my
is he
attack to it?
alive after that?
What was that?
Because I also used my opportunity on him,
Uh,
and I critted.
oh God! You also? Yeah, sure, go for it. Yeah, he's dead.
Oh fuck, he's not
He didn't
coming
make
out
it.
of that.
He didn't make it,
Wait,
you
I want
guys.
to re-roll
Nope.
that with that one I rolled.
He
There we
fucking.
go.
Oh God! So you
He took
slash
19
into him,
damage.
and then he just gets absolutely smashed, and his body just ragdolls across the woods over there.
Fuck.
This guy, let's see. He managed to keep his head together. And he throws a dagger. It misses. It hits against the side of the beast's hide, and it narrows a gaze down at him.
That would be it. That would also be a disadvantage because he's right next to me.
Oh god, yeah, so 7. Like, fucking... This dude, who's standing here, absolutely, just peels into the woods. He, like, full sprint, this guy absolutely takes off.
Books it, yeah,
Does not wait, absolutely gets the fuck out of Dodge. There is one dude standing there. Caleb, it's your turn!
Okay, let's see. One, two,
What are you doing?
it is called cleaning house. I will. The guy in the fire, is he still alive?
Oh yeah, barely.
Stab.
That hits him.
Stab.
He's hanging on. Oh!
You'd sneak attack with that.
Can
He
I?
is being flanked.
He is being flanked. You roll your sneak attack
I'm
dice,
adjacent
dude.
to him.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
2d6. Damn.
And that's it. He was hanging on by a thread. You slash into the side of him, and he just like should have taken me pain, and he falls over onto the ground dead.
I suggest you run away.
So yeah, you are now standing face to face with a massive creature.
Here's the rest of your movement to get out of there.
So this creature who's standing next to you here, it is, yeah, what do you do with the rest of your turn?
I don't know if Doc just changed the music, but I don't like the track it just changed to. I don't want it to end that way.
Galanthier, you still have some movement left.
Galanthier?
Galanthier?
Buddy, you still with us? Yeah, these guys are dead. I can close that window. He's still here? Galanthier? Yeah, he's still in the call.
Galanthier.
I'm just not hearing him.
Huh.
His
like that at
circle's
all.
not lighting up at all.
No.
Yeah.
He's
Does
not,
Mike die on him?
I am unsure. I hope he's okay.
I just saw something.
That was Rainer.
Galanthier. You there?
Hello? No.
Buddy.
Mm-mm.
Did he lose internet connection?
Not just start kicking him out of things if he did.
Yeah, he's still
No,
in the call.
It can take like 5
Discord will
minutes for that to happen.
Discord will maintain you in a call so that when you come back, you're immediately put back in.
Yeah, but
Yeah, it
roll
does have his
20
voice,
won't.
too.
Yeah. No, roll 20 would have shown him disconnected if he was gone.
Sometimes it glitches though.
Galanthier.
Sorry about that.
There he is. You okay?
Yeah, folks just wanted to see how I was holding up.
Okay, cool. Okay,
Oh.
cool. That's good. All right, awesome. All right. Yeah, so you still have some movement left in your turn. Do you want to do anything?
Well, everyone else is running. I will go to... let's see here. I moved about, 20 feet, 15 feet?
Yep.
Go to here. Just say, Bodak! Just try to call out to him.
Roll me persuasion.
There's persuasion. Here it is with my +1. It did.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you moving over to the side, waving your hands, you call out his name, and he turns to look at you. And just sort of gripping the side of his head, he roars back and forth and sort of rocks side to side.
Alright, while he's doing that, it's just, look at me, bud, look at me. And I just put the rapier away, hands up. We're not here to hurt you.
Okay.
All the bad guys are dead.
On his turn, let's see. Okay. He sort of like in this is stumbling around this massive beast, gripping its head as it stumbles, moving in seemingly no discernible direction. Just kind of moving around, almost spinning a little bit, gripping the side of its head. It lets out another huge roar as it bumps into another one of these trees and knocks it over. And Alloy, it is your turn.
Alloy, I know you're big and tanky, but you should leave the range of the thing that could potentially one-shot you and the healer.
I'm gonna take a dodge action.
There we go. So it knocked another tree.
So basically, when you take a dodge action, you focus entirely on avoiding attacks until the start of your next turn. Any attack roll made against you has disadvantage.
Okay. Alright, yeah, so you, like, gird yourself. Is there anything else you want to do with your turn, or is that your full action?
I think Alloy's going to try to do the same thing as Caleb, and it's going to call out to him and tell him that everything is all right now. You're going to be fine.
Things are going to be okay. Roll me persuasion.
It is okay. They're there.
Now, that was not a critical
Clang.
failure. That was a
Clank,
3
clank.
minus a 2, so that's not a crit fail. It's just a 1. It does not seem to hear you. As it's sort of twisting and moving around. Drakir, what do you do?
I'm gonna follow suit. Bodok, none of us wish you any harm. We just want to help.
Roll me persuasion. 17. Okay, that's not bad.
I only have a
It's-
+5 on the check.
That's okay, yeah. As you're yelling out to it, it like sort of reels and turns away from you guys a little bit as it's gripping the sides of its head, and just keeps struggling with itself over and over again. Talrin.
Um,
I would like to remind you, you have a Bardic Inspiration die.
true.
You can use it on a persuasion. Please don't poke the bear.
Can I try to use my lyre to calm the bear down?
Yeah, give me... You can either do persuasion or performance to try and soothe the beast.
Ooh, I can join in.
With music.
The nice thing about this is I have proficiency with my lyre.
I have
That's
proficiency.
correct. I'm gonna play bagpipes.
Whereas
No,
I have
I have my-
no actual stat boost on charisma checks. So.
Do you want to hold your action so you can do it together with Biff?
Well, he can start and then I can fall in right after him.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
her turn's...
We can pull up a fucking harmony. But I think you should
True.
get closer to it if you're gonna play.
Alright. You move up to this beast and you start playing... Anyways, this is... You're playing music, it doesn't seem to notice. Like it wasn't a crit roll, but adding that in up to 7, you don't irritate.
That's also
You
that's also
don't
plus
irritate.
2 more. That's a 9.
That's a 9.
That's a 9 because
okay.
I have proficiency in this particular roll because I was using my lyre and I have proficiency with that.
So you're playing this music, and it does seem to sort of slow its motion a little bit and rocks a little on its feet, but it doesn't stop. It's still gripping the sides of its head. It doesn't turn to face you, and it's still struggling a little bit with itself. Piffles, you're up.
I'm gonna run up beside Talrin, and I'm gonna start playing my kalimba, my little thumb piano. Let me do a performance check here.
A 7.
God, how?
How did you both roll
How?
two?
How?
You have a plus 5. You rolled a 2. You rolled a 2 plus 5.
I did. How?
You both rolled 2.
So my hands are shaking because I'm terrified.
Everybody's boofing it. There's just a bunch of people that can die.
So can I still talk? Do I still have a talking action?
You know what? As a free action, you can try calling out to it. Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna do the persuasion and be like, "It's all right. We're not gonna hurt you. We just want to help. We already
give
saved
me-
you from the guys.
Give me persuasion.
Please don't let me boof this one too."
Okay, 11.
Oh god, still not great.
It does hear you. It does not seem to turn towards you.
Okay, it's not trying to kill me at least.
No.
Try again
It's
next
still
turn.
sort of just moving in circles, stumbling around, gripping its head, and freaking out. Less so with everybody that's trying to call out to it. Sneck.
Okay. I'm actually going to cast Healing Word on it and then try to talk him down. But I can't click Healing Words. That's the one that's kind of bugged, so.
Okay.
You want to try clicking it? Did you click it? Try to click it now, or was it bugged because there was just the double double spell?
Okay, so. Healing him for 9.
Okay.
And then I'm going to make the persuasion roll of the, like,
It's okay. We're here to help you.
You
It's
reach
fine.
out and cast this spell, and it washes over its just truly colossal form, and you see some of the stab marks that were left by the daggers thrown by the slavers start to knit up, and the beast kind of like is still gripping its head, but only with one paw at this point. And it's sort of over one side of its face as it like sort of looks down at its body at the healing magic, and one of its eyes turns and like the one eye that's not covered turns and targets you, Snick.
okay. Do I perhaps get advantage because they can see that I'm trying to help?
Roll me persuasion with advantage. 13.
God damn, that's with a +4.
Right.
Better than me. We're rolling like poop at the end here.
Yes, saying, Jesus Christ, you
Oh,
guys.
I was rolling pretty well.
Oh my god.
That's a
Yeah,
9.
you cast the spell, and it knits up some of its wounds, and it, like, sort of drops one of its hands, and it turns to face you as you're sort of, like, yelling that it's okay. And it, like, shakes its head like there's some, like, it's basically like, you know, the kind of person who's trying to shake off a headache or something, right? Like, they're dazed in some fashion. It shakes its head a bit more, letting out a roar and moving around a bit more. If you want to do an insight, give me an insight roll. You don't know if
1.
this is working or not.
Natural 1.
Yeah, you have no idea if this is working.
Is that a bear? You're not sure if that's a bear or not.
Yeah, you're just like, you really can't tell from its
That's
body
some
language.
guy?
You are unsure if this is working. Caleb, you're up.
Okay. So he sees that the group is getting closer to him. He's just, no, you Basically, what he's trying to do is separate himself from the group, so that way it's not a total party wipe if this fails.
I was the only one who did not get closer.
Bodok, listen to me. Come on now. We're here to help. We killed the slavers. It's done. The threat's gone.
Roll me persuasion.
All right.
Okay. So
We're all
you're-
dead.
You're just like, the slavers are dead. This is over. He raises one of his paws and like just slams it into the slaver that's on the ground next to him, absolutely pulverizing what was left of that poor asshole's body, and just.
That's
Yes, they're gone. You don't have to worry. You don't have to be scared of us. Let us help.
Okay. Whew, let's see.
Oh jeez, oh jeez. Oh shit.
oh.
All right. Well. Alloy,
Hi.
make me a reflex save.
Oh fuck.
I think I should get advantage.
You do
on
get advantage on that.
Thank
And you can add a
other than
plus.
that-
You can add a D4 to it as well because of the thing if you want to because of resistance.
Yeah.
Your next saving throw.
Plus a
Ouch.
Okay. Fuck. All right, you just like managed to. It just misses you as this creature
Yay, resistance.
weaves its massive paws. It was 11, and you got a 12. This thing, just like blindly, effectively like swipes at the air around it, and you manage to duck out of the way, only just, and it knocks the one large log that is lying on the ground over this way a little bit up against that boulder. It stumbles in this direction, moving almost aimlessly as it does, gripping its head and roaring in agony. And Alloy,
Just
you're
gotta-
up.
I just got to
All
double
right.
check. With the log having been on that and then thrown across it, are the fires out now?
Yeah, the fires are pretty much out.
Cool.
They have the fizz. We're just gonna... there we go.
If I were to, because Snake is apparently tied to my back.
Uh-huh.
I'm just wondering, like, would that be an action to take him off my back? Or can I just simply just tell him to get off my back?
He would have to get off on his turn if he did it of his own volition. If you wanted to take him off your back, that would be an action.
Okay.
Might be rather difficult. I'm tied to your back. How flexible are you?
Well,
And you'd be literally trying to undo knots behind you that are attached to me that you can't see.
You're implying that he was going to use the dexterity option of removing you from his back.
This is true. I know where I am. Just
you're
fine,
you're
thank
on
you.
you're on for a wild ride right now. As Ally
That's
moves one square over, gonna take the dodge action again. And,
Okay.
He is like holding his hands up to him, and is trying to like. He's trying his best to calm this guy down, but he's obviously doesn't know what he's doing.
Okay.
That's
It's an
gonna be
8.
with advantage.
He does notice you. It doesn't seem to change his opinion. It's still struggling, whatever this creature is. And is that your turn?
Yep.
All right, Drakir, you're up.
What do I say? Bodok, if we can get you protection, sanctuary, but you need to calm down.
Mastering your form can come later.
Give me persuasion. Okay. So, as you yell out that you have sanctuary for him, and that all he needs to do is remain calm, that you can protect him, it does, again, sort of slow its movements a little bit, but it's still struggling with something, but you are making progress and attempting to talk down the beast. Talrin, to use your music to soothe the beast.
I'm gonna try. Track record is not great on this, apparently.
Apparently.
That is a 4.
Ooh.
Jesus, Harold Christ of rubber crutches.
Every performance check these last 2
So
rounds
you're
has
just
been
like,
a 2.
Yep.
on your fucking little harp job, and it doesn't seem
Anyways,
to take
here's
notice of
Wonderwall.
you.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
is that your turn?
We will get
So-
you. Tolerant drops his disguise. Says, Bodok, we are the misfits, and we know the safest place to be for everyone.
Give me persuasion.
Son of a...
So here's the thing. He hears you, and your words are definitely finding purchase, but you did at the same time drop your disguise, and the fact that you're a skeleton did seem to alarm
mother-
the beast a little bit. But that's
Spook
okay.
Factor 9,000.
All right, but like that's the thing though, is that was saved. Like you are at a medium, effectively. Like it was dropping the disguise and then saying some good things and actually coming through seems to have left him neutral through that action. No positive or negative. Biffles.
Okay. I'm going to scooch a little ways over because I don't want this to affect Franz.
Okay.
I might hit Alloy with this.
Do it.
I'm sorry, friendo. Okay, I'm way within range here. Okay. I'm gonna use my Kalimba, and instead of casting a performance, because we are just fucking that right up, left, right, and center.
Oh god, don't tell me you're going to attack this thing.
I'm casting Sleep
Oh, that doesn't affect
at
me
level
at
2, using my Kalimba to try and put him to sleep.
Okay.
To try and soothe him that way.
Okay. So creatures of 19 hit points or lower would be directly affected by this.
But I can at least maybe make him drowsy.
You know what? Let's have
Here,
a
let me
look.
pull this up and put it into the chat so you can see
Yeah.
it.
The spell sends creatures into a magical slumber. You roll 5d8, and the total is how many hit points of creatures this spell can affect. Creatures within 20 feet of a point you choose within range are affected
Yep.
in ascending order from highest hit points down to the lowest. Yeah, a creature's hit point must be equal or less than the remaining total for the creature to be affected. Undead and creatures immune to being charmed aren't affected by this spell. So yeah,
When you cast this spell at a higher spell slot at second level or higher, roll an additional 2d8 for each slot level above first.
do me a performance check with advantage.
Okay. Let's hope I don't boof it, guys. Okay. With advantage. Please, 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 sweet titty Jesus. Are you fucking kidding me? At least I did better than Talrin the past 2 times.
No one can do better than like a 10. What's going on here?
I don't
Doc,
understand.
this is why we need a dice jail.
I mean, you put your dice
Virtual
in gay
dice
baby
jail.
I'm rolling higher than a 10.
I will videotape my rolls if I get to use my own dice.
So you let loose this spell with your instrument, and it like hits, like it washes into this creature. And its movement's definitely slow, but it is not enough to cause it to collapse.
I wasn't trying to make him collapse. I was just trying to calm him down. I thought a creature that big, it's not going to put him completely to sleep.
It's slowing him down a bit.
Okay.
What happens to an extra 2d8 of hit points?
Snick, you're up.
Just gonna try and calm him down again. Same deal. I can't heal him again though, unfortunately.
That's okay. Yeah, if you want to just do a persuasion. Okay. So calling out to the beast at this point does seem to get into him a little bit more. He's still sort of like stumbling a little bit on the spot as he's moving around, sort of rocking back and forth on his feet. And he's wavering, definitely, but he's still there. He's still gripping the side of his head with one of his paws. Caleb.
Alright, he's been gripping the side of his head one with pot. Can I do an insight check?
Yes. What are you looking
All
for?
Just basically see why he's gripping the side of his head with one of his paws, whether it's an injury or whatever.
Battling psyche.
Nope.
You don't know.
Gay baby dice jail.
With an insight
Yeah,
of
we do
3,
dice jail.
you are not sure what's happening. You don't know if this is working or not. You don't know why he's gripping his head. This is a mystery.
Hey, Doc, can we can we sack the dice on roll 20?
Can we reset the thing and see if that helps? I don't think it will.
Just refresh the page. See
Refresh the
what fuck is
page for
going on.
luck.
Yeah,
Mhm.
what are with these rolls? Oh
They
my
are-
god.
In my
God awful.
last 20 rolls, we've had 2 that were above 10.
Yep.
And
Yep.
like,
I think
That's what we
Seven
get for rolling
hours.
25s at the beginning. That's what we get for rolling 25s at the
Yeah.
beginning.
Everything's
In the last
been,
battle.
been wildly lackluster for the last 2 rounds.
I'm the only one doing anything
Since
good.
the last time we got kicked off a roll 20.
This is true.
hot,
Alright.
hot fix, the fuck your dice hot fix.
Seriously. Random number generators are kind of bullshit anyways.
Yeah. Oh,
We're so close to implementing dice cam.
Yeah, the server's angry with everybody playing on games and everything's making everyone suck.
fun.
Caleb, is that your turn?
There's not a whole lot else I can do. Everybody's talking now, so...
That is okay. Alright, and as it comes back around to his turn, the monster is still gripping one of its heads and sort of lazily swatting at the air in front of it, which goes over Alloy's head a little bit. As he lets out another roar, sort of just swinging and swatting, sort of stumbling around in the space that he's on, as he moves sort of in a small circle. It's almost drunkenly swinging as he goes along. Alloy, it's your turn.
Wait, does he get another one of those checks?
No. The one swing that he made that I rolled on this end here, it was nowhere near where Alloy was, so it just goes over top of him.
I mean, the checks he was making at the beginning of his turns previously, before he did anything.
What?
Like every time Baldock came up, he was like making a check.
Yes.
He
I
probably
ended
did
up,
secretly,
like, the roll that I did on this end ended up being a whisper. So,
Oh, okay, sorry.
yeah, it's fine.
so-
No worries. It is your turn, Alloy.
He's just gonna keep he's taking a defensive stance. Doing his very best to kind of just calm this thing down. He's being like, it's okay. Everything will be okay. Where is it? There it is. Everything will be alright. I believe in you.
Oh my god.
Go
you rolled an 18.
beyond.
Plus ultra.
Plus ultra.
High or low, Quad?
Low.
Okay. Your words find purchase. They, as you like waving your arms around and you're calling out to him that it's gonna be all right and that he can stop now. He
Sun's getting
slows
real
down,
low.
and yeah, he's sort of like he's definitely fixed his gaze onto you, or at least half of it. And he's stopped swinging his arms around, but he still seems to be in distress, and isn't standing still. Like he's still sort of stepping around and pacing on the spot. Drakir.
Bodok, I cannot make any promises, but I do believe our king might be able to help you control this form.
What do we got for persuasion? And it's 14. Okay. It's working. Roll me insight.
Alright. Already closed the window.
You're pretty sure this is working. It's looking like this is good. If you just keep this up, eventually you think you might be able to get him back into control. Talrin, you are up.
Do you mean train wreck?
Try again. Try again.
Come on.
That's 10.
That's a 10.
Ooh, better.
Okay.
About as good as me.
It's God. Okay. Let's see. High or low?
Low.
Okay. All right. He's slowing down. He's still got one paw on the side of his head, but he's stopped pacing. Still a little distressed about something. Piffles.
I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna try again.
Can I try to like perceive or insight what he's distressed about?
Yeah. Give me an insight.
Whoops. I rolled already.
That's okay. That's all right.
Yeah.
With an insight of 10, he appears to be struggling with himself. Like, this is a monster that is attempting to just, like, get a grip, in a sense. It
Bodok
is
is
wildly
Bodok
out of
is
control.
It's basically like Bruce Banner versus the Hulk.
In a
Roll.
sense, yeah. Like, it does appear to be he's attempting to regain control of himself, and it is a very ugly struggle. And it appears to be physically painful for him.
So normally I'd try to pull Bruce Banner and say, learn to work with your inner self, but we're not in a position to be anywhere near his inner self, should he not be able to work with his inner self, so...
That's true.
We should
all right,
relay that particular position to the king, who can tank those kinds of hits.
So you cast the spell again. Are you
I'm
trying
not
to cast
I'm not
sleep,
casting
or are you
this-
just playing music?
I'm not casting the spell. I'm just playing music, but I'm gonna roll that again because I accidentally rolled it with advantage.
Well, we just take the left one.
Yeah,
Oh.
we just take the one on the left. We just take the 15. Because
the-
the 15's always
Okay.
first. The one
Okay, I'll do the
spells.
okay. Okay.
That's okay.
I'll go with the 15.
All right. Now,
I'm not gonna fight. I'm not gonna fight.
Piffles,
Yes.
as you're playing,
I'm playing
this
the-
music, high or low?
Hi.
Okay.
We got
As you're
him.
playing this music and you guys are all calling out for him to stop, telling him that he can quit.
It's time to stop.
It's time
You're
to stop.
okay.
You
we
can
got
see
you.
his second paw that's gripping his face
I'll give you
slowly
granola.
falls away to his side, and steam starts to billow out of his body. and the cloud of steam, as it clears, gives way to the small, broken form of Bodak the human.
Well done,
Lying
people.
on the
We
ground.
killed the Colossus.
And he asleep.
Tolerant then immediately checks the one bandit who was decked by him with like just slightly
I
a
didn't
touch
even
of
know
extra
that.
damage. Whether or not he's fully
Oh,
dead.
you're gonna stabilize him? This guy here?
Yes,
Yeah, go for it.
or at least try to ask somebody else who is better at medical to stabilize him.
It's okay.
Actually, I'm
no,
not-
Who am I stabilizing?
that spell, if you use it, it does stabilize a creature.
Yeah, just automatically. Just poof.
Yeah,
you're
it
stable.
just automatically stabilizes them. And he is unconscious. So
I'm going
Can
to
somebody stabilize this asshole? I have questions for him.
tie him up first.
kind of. Well, no, stable does not mean he's conscious. It puts him at 0 hit points, but it acts as
I
if
know,
he-
but still,
Yeah.
he just saves.
tie
he
him up.
doesn't,
So when
he
he
doesn't
wakes,
need to make like death saving throws anymore. If you use spare the dying, then yeah, he's fine.
I'm going to go over to the Bodok and pull out a blanket from my explorer's kit and just put that on him.
Tolerant trusses up the bandit
All right.
with his rope. Which he
And
has.
you tie that guy up. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna fucking put a net on him. So now he's tied up and he's unconscious. Bodak is lying sort of face down into the ground, slick with sweat as the mist and steam clears. He's just back in the previous form that he was, muddy, covered in a little bit of blood. Still has his clothes on, and you run over and you put the blanket on him as he lies there unconscious. And
Tolerant
that, ladies
Would also
and
check
gentlemen,
if he's bleeding.
is where we're gonna leave it.
Okay,
And
quick,
we will,
just
we
to
will
make
come
sure.
back to this again next week.
Yay!
We'll do a
So this
sixth
is not the
game.
final campaign.
Yeah,
The
we'll do a
final-
sixth game because I keep thinking you guys are gonna go a lot faster than you do. So that's good.
And
that's
then
good.
we could not sue this thing because we were just like performance check fails for the past
Oh,
half
God.
hour.
Yeah, for the past 30 minutes. Like, I had like a counter here. Jesus. Well, I don't want to tell you too much how the sausage is made, but you know. Either way, that's combat. And ladies and gentlemen, that's our game for today.
Huzzah!
Still don't know how
Hey,
I was
Doc.
the only one making above a 10 there for a while.
For the longest
like-
time.
Those dice are in gay baby heels.
RNG. RNG.
Not enough people praying to RNGesus.
I guess this was Drakiar's time to shine.
Tell me about it. My God. Okay. So
And
who's
it wasn't
talking?
even with male.
What's up?
Okay, can I just ask, is werewolf dude, like, is he at the like needs to be stable or no?
He's just
No, he's
unconscious.
fine.
Okay, so I'm just
he's
gonna
not.
stabilize
He's
the
not
other dude.
bleeding.
Okay.
He's not dying.
Did his wounds heal from
Okay.
before?
That was whoop. I accidentally deleted myself. Doesn't matter.
That's fine. Yeah. From what you can see, he's got the same wounds that he had.
No healing from the healing word from earlier.
Actually, do me a wisdom check.
1 second. Wisdom or medicine?
Wisdom. When you healed the beast, anybody that got over 10, when you healed the beast,
It's the same either way for me.
yeah, you healed the beast, not him. He
Oh,
still has his
shit.
clothes, and he still has every injury that he had before he transformed.
So it's an entirely different entity.
So whatever this thing that he turns into doesn't seem to share the same wounds as him.
And I'm tapped out.
It's just a meat shield.
Does anyone have medicine to treat his wounds?
All right, and that's where we're gonna call it though. For tonight, I'm gonna put
Mm.
acolytes.
Let's say before-
snack. I'm just gonna
before-
Okay. Oh,
Tolerant
Two snacks
expends
now.
the last of that.
we're gonna-
The Bodok regains 6 health.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Okay, I'll add that to him.
I'd give him a potion, but he's too unconscious to drink it.
Yeah, you don't want to try to
We can
feed
play
unconscious
Trauma
people
Center
potions.
next time.
But until then, though, until next Thursday, my bravest of citizens, thank you so much for coming out, for your bits, for your donations, your follows, your cheers, and just for coming on out here and watching us. I have been your Dungeon Master for this evening. Humbly, I am Toronto's greatest supervillain and evil genius, Dr. Terawat. This is our Lair 4.0. We are joined, of course, by our wonderful and intrepid crew. We got Esteban playing Talrand, our skeleton archer.
Good evening, friends.
We got Raynor playing Drakir, our draconian sorcerer.
It has been quite the time.
And we got Keldaka Gray playing Snick, our kobold healer.
Snick is king. King of Snack. I'm
We
tired.
got Quad playing Alloy, our warforged warrior.
I got to be useful in a for once.
You take like 4 dudes. Like, there was a lot of people swinging at you at once for their while there. And we got Palanthir playing Caleb, our Air Genasi rogue.
I have bird flu.
And of course, we've got Enbisaurus playing our Goblin Bard Piffles.
Bibbles, hello. Bye.
And we will see you all next week on our next Thursday D&D game. End of line.
Hi.
Bye.